turn down the music. Okay. I gotta bring the mic closer because it's far away. But hi, how are you doing, everybody? We are going back to art streams because I finally, after a long time, found my drawing pen, so we can finally do all that stuff again. So I'm really happy. I'm gonna be drawing my special characters, not full body, but just like kind of like portraits of them. And I told you that some of them are based on the Mikonkos, okay? So don't be surprised if you're like, huh, you know, that character looks kind of familiar. Okay, but I will also be drawing my old original characters. And I don't know what we'll be listening to in the meantime, because I don't know, like every time I put on music, it's just like it'll get copyrighted one way or another, and YouTube will get mad, and I can't risk it. I really can't risk it this time. I had to delete the what do you call it, the Coraline VOD from yesterday because I didn't want to risk getting copyright striked 6 ways to Sunday on YouTube. So we're doing that now. Excuse me. Hola Frostbite. Hi Mole. Hello Ultimate Deadpool. This is a 25th new model. Addict. It's a customizable model. I didn't commission it. I'm telling you, all the new models, they're commissioned ones. I mean, not commissioned, sorry. They're customizable ones. I'm not using the old one because I tried it and I ended up not really liking it very much. Not that I didn't like the art and stuff, but like it's because it was way too complicated to set up. Like it literally had way too many steps that I had to do to set it up, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it's just not worth it. So doing this instead. But I still have my original ones. They're there, safe and sound. Hold up, let me check the right here. There we go. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing now. But besides music, what should we listen to? I was thinking probably like true crime. Or like true scary stories or something. I don't know. Maybe... nah. Thought you were spending thousands on one-use models for a minute? No way. No way. Even this customizable model, it was $75 Canadian. So obviously it's like cheaper in like US dollars, but this one, it was only $75 Canadian. It's really, really cheap. I'm trying to think. Hello Max, how are you doing? Well, no, sorry. As much as I like commissioning or well, I used to make new models. I'm not as insane as spending lots and lots of money for models. No, I have a life I need to pay for too. So yeah, I can't really afford to do that. So yeah, that's basically what it is. Ba 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 da ba da ba ba. Hope you're doing well. I am doing good. I am doing good. I'm just chilling and I'm gonna do some art, but I'm trying to look up what we can listen to in the meantime. Or I don't know, maybe I could have like the art on the screen and then like a tiny corner. Like like in the corner it could be like the video. Probably. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. I've been getting a lot of these iceberg videos, like horror iceberg videos. Especially like when it comes to, for the one I watched the other day was about like old creepypastas, and I just, as I was looking for one here, I got the "where did this image come from" iceberg. No, I've been watching a lot of iceberg videos lately of like scary stuff. You know, kind of memorabilia, something like that. Or kind of like top 10s too. That would be something I'd be interested in listening to. How does that sound? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to abusive dad. What? Where the heck did you get that? What the heck is the matter with you? What in the holy heck is the matter with you? Okay, there's this. True crime ASMR. I did say the other day I wanted to do kind of like what do you call it? I wanted to do kind of like a audiobook kind of thing. Cause I'm not good at ASMR. You know I did ASMR once. It was incredibly cringe, so I never did it again. You know? So I don't think I could do ASMR. I just don't think I'd be good at it. Not at all. Where's this thing? Okay, so see, I got the screen capture for the art. Now I'm gonna add another screen capture of, where is it? This one. But this one is gonna be shrunk down to like a smaller size. Say right here. Okay, and then the video plays. How is that?
Hey guys, Blame It on George here, and this is the "Where Did These Images Come From" iceberg. It was
How is
created by
that?
Source Brew, and his video will be linked in the description below.
Maybe a little bigger.
It was such a cool idea, and many of these topics are nostalgic for me. So
Or do you not want it on the screen at all? Like, does it distract from the drawing or something?
Anyways, on with the video.
I don't know.
Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer is a horror character.
That's a creepypasta though.
2010s as a creepypasta, a staple genre.
Have you heard of the new game Pragmata? I have.
The story involves a young boy named Jeff, who undergoes a traumatic event, leading to his transformation into a psychotic
You hear that? That's the
killer.
sound of rain I'm
The accompanying
making
image
with a
depicts
travel
pale,
mug with the
emotionless
water in it.
face with a wide, disturbing smile and black eyes. The character in other media is often portrayed with a disheveled appearance and a menacing expression.
So I'm at the bottom left.
For several
Okay.
years, it was believed that the Jeff the Killer image originated from a 2008 4chan post
Oh wait,
about
you said
Katie
smaller.
Robinson, a young girl who committed suicide after being cyberbullied. 4chan users
How's that?
supposedly edited
Is that
a photo
good?
of her and to Jeff the Killer, but this was later
Why are
proven
you
to be
hateful
untrue,
Canadian on
as earlier
YouTube?
appearances of the image online began to get discovered.
Okay,
Searches
I'm gonna
eventually
put the
found
mic
the
down,
image
so
was
if I
traced back
sound
to
quieter,
him,
that's
and
why.
are currently investigating several persons of interest.
Stairs in the Woods. The Stairs in the Woods image is a popular internet meme and photo featuring a set of stairs leading into a dense forest. It is often used to symbolize mystery or the unknown. The phenomenon itself and many of the images it
Now,
spawned
you will
all
remember,
seem to
I
appear
suck
around the
at
same
drawing,
time,
so.
and even inspired its own subreddit, dedicated to images of stairs in the woods, which seem to create this uneasy and dreadful feeling. So how did the picture come
Yeah,
to
maybe
be
we'll
in the
just
first
binge
place?
watch
It would turn out that the
iceberg
image
videos.
is completely real, and that the stairs are there thanks to an art project by the name of Observatory by an artist named Bruce Allen in 1988. He built the stairs as a protest to the deforestation
Hello,
happening
Crexus.
at
Hello,
the time,
Geesmer.
and as a way to also
you
admire
doing?
the surrounding forest scenery. It resides in the Forest of Dean in England and was inspired by ancient astronomical observatories in India. It was actually decommissioned in 2014, but its legacy lives on, such as in these uncanny images.
Smile Dog.
Ooh, Smile Dog is
Dog,
creepy.
being one of the most famous of these images, is a terrifying picture of a husky with a rather unsettling smile, and it spawned a creepypasta story of the same name. In the story, Smile Dog is a supernatural entity taking the form of a demon husky
honestly
that
don't really
forces people
remember
into
how to
spreading his
draw.
message on the internet lest they be killed by it. As for the image itself, some people seem to give pretty damning proof that Smile Dog was 3 images stitched together in
So if I want to
Photoshop
play
of a
something or
dark
just watch
room, a
streams
dog,
or
and
some
some
show,
people. And it seems that
hang
one
out here
Reddit
with
user located the
me.
image used for the dog itself in one Reddit post showcasing a pretty similar looking head, but with a few
Oh,
key
you know what?
differences,
Instead of doing
likely as a
ASMR,
part of the Photoshop.
I'll read out
However,
creepypastas.
there is a second photo with Smile
Long
Dog that no one
creepypastas.
has been
I'll
able to
become a
figure out yet,
creepypasta
which
channel.
remains unsolved.
The back rooms. Between
Been cooking all
2011 and
day?
2018, a
Nice.
photograph of a large, carpeted room with fluorescent lights and dividing walls circulated the internet.
Do you have
And on May of
boundaries when
2019,
commission someone
an
to draw
anonymous
you?
user made a thread on 4chan's paranormal
Nothing
board,
just like
asking users
extremely
to, quote,
NSFW.
post disquieting images that just feel off, accompanying the
NSFW,
thread with the photograph.
anything gory.
Later, a user replied to the post, giving
Stuff
the
like
image's
that.
name and the first description of the back rooms. Since its popularity, people have expanded on the concept of the back rooms, introducing levels and hostile creatures that inhabit the space. The image was found to
You're
be
gonna
taken
twist
during
my
the
arm, I
renovation
guess.
of, quote,
Yes.
a former furniture store with plenty of partitions and fake inner walls in Wisconsin. It was of an American hobby shop called Hobby Town, and sometime in 2002, the second story underwent renovations. On June 12, 2002, the progress was photographed with a Sony CyberShot camera, and on March 2nd, 2003, the various interior views were documented on the renovation's weblog. One photo depicts a carpeted open room with yellow wallpaper and fluorescent lighting on a Dutch angle. This was the image that would go on to inspire the concept of the back rooms, and that is where the image came from.
Teletubbies hospital image. This is perhaps one of the most known cursed images. A kid sits in a hospital bed surrounded by what appears to be
Oh my
bootleg
god, I've
Teletubbies,
seen that picture
but what
before.
really
It
makes
is
seem
so
unnerving
creepy.
and uncanny is their lack of eyes, making them appear almost soulless. Actually, they're missing multiple features, and it looks like they don't have mouths. The photo was posted to Reddit multiple times, and one commenter pointed out that he recognized the calendar in the background of the photo, saying it must have been Christmas in a UK hospital, with Teletubbies visiting children and giving gifts. The calendar is a Dennis Bergkamp Arsenal calendar, and another commenter would add that since Arsenal is based in Islington, a borough in London, the photo must have been taken in the Great Ormond Street Hospital. It's a famous children's hospital in the neighboring borough of Camden. Teletubbies was first broadcast in March 1997 and was nationally popular not long afterwards, so the photo was probably from around 1998. The proof isn't definitive and mostly speculative,
Have you
so
heard of
it's hard to say if it's really a photo from a UK hospital.
Fluffernutter? No, I've never
Squidward
heard of that
College.
before.
An image of a building with Squidward's face plastered on it has become a viral sensation, often
Favorite
referred to online
creepypasta?
as Squidward Community College.
Oh,
This
that's a good
bizarre meme
question.
has circulated widely since its initial appearance in
I
December
think
of
it
2019,
might have to
when
be
it was
Jeff the
first shared
Killer.
on Twitter.
I think Jeff the Killer
Over
has to be
time,
my
it
favorite
inspired countless
creepypasta.
reposts, memes, and
I don't know
jokes.
why.
Now, despite its popularity, the origins of the building remain unclear. The earliest known instance of the image can be traced back to a now unavailable article on airforcebase.net. Some have speculated about its location, with one Reddit user in 2024 claiming it was near Riverside, Chicago. However, this claim has not been verified. A reverse image search reveals that the building has appeared online as far back as 2017, used as a generic example of flat roof architectural design. Yet no concrete evidence has surfaced to confirm the actual location of the structure, or even if it exists in the form seen in the meme. As of 2024, the building's true origins remain unclear.
Red Mist. The red mist image is mostly known from a creepypasta about a supposed lost episode named Squidward's. For obvious reasons,
yes.
this notorious image and associated story isn't officially recognized by Nickelodeon or the SpongeBob creators. However, it would seem that even the person behind the story had no idea who made the pertaining image. To this day, very little is known about the origins of the image, outside of it first surfacing sometime in the early 2000s.
Blank Room Soup. This entry, known as Blank Room Soup, is a disturbing internet meme and creepypasta that originated from a short video clip. The video shows a man sitting in a dimly lit room, eating soup. The man's face is obscured, and the room is bare and unsettling. Costume characters would then enter the room to comfort the man. The exact origins of the video and its meaning are unclear, but it's become a popular subject of discussion and analysis among internet users. Some speculate that the video is a piece of performance art, while others believe it to be a genuine recording of a disturbing event. The costume characters are known as Ray Ray, created by animator Raymond S. Percy. Prior to Blank Room Soup, Percy apparently had some of his props stolen from their RV, including 2 Ray Ray costumes. It's been theorized that whoever stole the costumes created Blank Room Soup, but others believe that Percy himself was in on the gag as a viral marketing stunt.
Liminal spaces. The concept of a liminal space has become popular in recent years, especially on social media platforms and sites like Reddit. People share images and videos of these liminal spaces, often accompanied by eerie or nostalgic music, and sometimes with a strange or creepy story attached. These images invoke an eerie feeling of loneliness and are usually pictures of enclosed, empty, and large spaces. Probably the most eerie thing about these photos is that most liminal spaces are not fake, but rather real-life images which you can trace back to their actual locations, such as the Holiday Inn in Heathrow Airport. However, there exists liminal space artwork too, such as the pool rooms made by Jared Pike.
I can't do eyebrows very good.
Slenderman is a fictional supernatural character that originated as a creepypasta internet meme. He is depicted as a thin, unnaturally tall humanoid with a featureless white head and face, wearing a black suit. He is said to stalk, abduct, or scare people, especially children. Those who see him may experience paranoia, insomnia, and other mental health issues. Eric Knudsen, under the pseudonym Victor Surge, created the Slenderman as part of a Photoshop contest on the Something Awful website in 2009. The challenge was to create paranormal images, and Knudsen submitted 2 black and white images featuring a tall, thin figure with a blank face, lurking in the background of photos of children. Knudsen's creation quickly gained popularity, and the Slenderman's backstory and lore were further developed by other internet users.
The Rake. The Rake
Ooh,
is a
the Rake
disturbing
is
creature with an
creepy.
uncanny
I know
appearance
the Rake.
and unsettling behavior. It's a tall, hairless humanoid with long, spindly limbs and a pale, gaunt face. It's said to appear in people's dreams and sometimes in their waking lives, clearly inspired by phenomena such as sleep paralysis. Supposedly, the Rake is a malevolent entity that feeds on fear and can cause psychological distress. It's described as stalking its victims, observing them from the shadows, and sometimes causing physical harm. So where does the Rake come from? One user on Reddit says, quote, "It's a promotional image for the video game Resistance 3. It apparently is supposed to be a Grim, which is an enemy from the game. It is quite unlikely that it's a drawing,
Oh, you made
so
some
I
of
think
that
it's
earlier?
safe to say that it's photoshopped." Other comments were quick to disprove this theory, as the creature from the game looked different than the Rake. Another commenter says that the image originates from an unnamed person's
Hello,
trail
Wispree.
camera,
How are you doing?
and that the
Hello,
Rake
hello.
is 100% real. He goes on to say that the original poster of the image had sold his property and blocked off acres of land on which the photo was taken. This story seems a bit far-fetched and unlikely, and the origins of the Rake remain unclear.
Eyeless Jack. Eyeless Jack is a tall, slender figure with a pale complexion and, as the name suggests, no eyes. In
We need
most
some jump
depictions, his
scared
empty
sound
eye
bits when we
sockets
do
ooze a
horror
black
or
substance.
creepypasta.
He is known for being a cannibalistic creature that is drawn to the scent of kidneys. He stalks his
If I
victims,
ever decide to
typically
do
young
like
people, and then
creepypasta
game ends them in a
ASMR
brutal
or
manner,
whatever,
removing their
something like
organs.
that,
The first
I will be
time
sure
this image
to
appeared on
add
the internet
creepy
was
audio.
June 7th in 2010, posted on 4chan by a user named Arnon. One Twitter user, @PirateCashew, is claimed to be the creator of the original image, and his proof for that is that he posted an unblurred image of Eilish Jack on his Twitter, an image that nobody else has. So it would seem that he most certainly would be the original creator.
Wario Apparition. The Wario Apparition is a glitch or anomaly that supposedly appears in certain copies of Super Mario 64, depicting a distorted, monstrous version of Wario. The legend suggests that this apparition can be triggered by specific actions or glitches within the game. Apparently, this figure can cause glitches, crashes, or even damage to the game cartridge. It's an uncommon anomaly in the game, and perhaps one of the most popular Super Mario 64 related legends. The explanation for its appearance is that it's allegedly determined by something known as the personalization AI, but what causes it to summon the apparition is unknown. In reality, it's part of a meme that started online and was later edited into footage of the game, making it seem real when it is in fact fake.
Russian sleep experiments.
Oh,
The
Russian
Russian
sleep experiment is pretty good
is
too.
a popular creepypasta that tells the tale of a Soviet-era experiment involving a sleep inhabiting gas on 5 prisoners. The story
What?
details how the
I
gas
don't
successfully
like
kept the subjects awake,
figure
but led to increasingly disturbing and horrific consequences, ultimately resulting in their deaths in a catastrophic lab explosion. While the story is widely shared and often believed to be true, it's entirely fictional. There is no historic or scientific evidence to support its claims. The narrative originated from a combination of real-life sleep deprivation experiments, urban legends, and horror storytelling techniques. And like the images of Slender Man and the Rake, the Russian sleep experiment images have absolutely become iconic in the creepypasta genre. These aren't actually photos from any real-life experiments. The 2 photos associated with the Russian sleep experiments are one of a group of people wearing gas masks and one of a creature/person with a creepy smile and sunken eyes. The reason the people in the first photo are wearing gas masks is allegedly because the photo is a demonstration by American soldiers, showing the different types of masks worn by the Brits, French, and German troops. The more iconic photo of the eerie humanoid-looking creature is actually just a black and white photo of a life-size animatronic Halloween prop called Spasm.
Mario Victim Number 1. This unsettling image appears briefly in Mario, a ROM hack of the iconic game Super Mario World. Mario Victim Number 1 is part of a larger, full-blown ARG filled with media besides Mario. The image in question depicts a woman with her mouth agape, with a red tint. The story goes that supposedly it's of a woman who was found dead in
Hello,
a sewer
Shade Damon.
pipe
How are
with
you?
her eyeballs missing. And apparently the image was lost for many years, but was recently discovered. In contrast to many of the other entries on this iceberg, the image associated with the entry was not created by the creepypasta authors. The truth is that the original image is an edited photo of a Japanese cosplayer of Kyo, a vocalist for a heavy metal band called Deer and Grey, which was discovered on the 1st of September in 2023.
Have you seen this man? Here's a face
Oh,
you've
have you
probably
seen this
around
man?
the
Oh,
internet.
this one is weird
This
too.
man is a fascinating and somewhat eerie internet phenomenon created by Italian sociologist and marketer Andrea Nutella. In 2008, Nutella launched a website called Ever Dream This Man, featuring a composite image of a man's face and claiming that numerous people around the world had reported dreaming about this mysterious figure since 2006. The website garnered significant attention and sparked widespread discussion and speculation. Many people shared their own experiences of dreaming about the man, while others questioned the authenticity of the claims. In 2010, Nutella revealed that the site was a hoax as part of a guerrilla marketing campaign. According to him, the image was actually just an illustration of his father, leaving the question of how or why all these other people saw this in their dreams.
Dick the Birthday Boy.
Eh.
I'm sure most of you are familiar with or have heard of Five Nights at Freddy's and know what the animatronics are, but how about in real life? The animatronic in this photo is legitimately frightening to look at. But the origin of this photo is actually pretty funny and wholesome, unlike some other entries we have on here. The blurry photo was originally shared by popular YouTube channel Red Letter Media. The image is actually of Rich Evans of that channel, who is pictured as a child wearing a shirt saying Dick the Birthday Boy on it as he stands alongside Billy Bob Bear, a mascot for a now defunct restaurant, Showbiz Pizza Place. It was later revealed that this was a set of family photos, so this is just one of those more wholesome entries
Damn,
on this
are
list.
eyebrows really as hard?
Momo. There's an old urban
I
legend
remember when
about a
Momo came
WhatsApp phone
out.
number that will message you disturbing photographs if you attempt to
Oh
contact
my god,
it.
I remember
linked
when
to a game
Momo
referred
came
to as
out.
the Momo Challenge. Ever seen this image?
Oh my
It's
god,
very
this
likely you've had
this
if
picture
you've
literally
spent any
gave me
time online.
nightmares when it first came
Momo is a
out.
meme turned creepypasta character.
No,
The
this
nickname was
picture
given to a
literally gave me
sculpture
nightmares.
of a young woman with long black hair, large bulging eyes, a wide
Ugh.
smile,
To this
and
day, I just
bird
look at it and
legs.
I'm like, ooh.
Originally, Momo was created by a Japanese man named Kisuke Aisawa. In 2018, people started stealing images of the sculpture, and stories of the sculpture started to spread around.
Mariana Mortegard Glesgorv.
Oh, I don't
You
know
may have
this
heard
one.
of a video on YouTube
Oh,
named
wait, yes, I
Mariana
do.
Mortegard Glesgorv. If you search this, you will find a video of a man staring intently at you, and then grinning for the last
Yeah,
2
I
seconds
remember
of
this
the
one.
video. The story goes that this
I
short
didn't know it by
bit is
name.
part of a bigger video that YouTube removed after 153 people viewed it and gouged out their eyes, mailing them to YouTube's main office in San Bruno. Periodically, YouTube will let the first few seconds of the video be uploaded to quell the curiosities of the internet, so that people won't go looking for the real thing. That's how the original story went, but in a hilarious twist, people identified the footage to be of an edited video of a guy named Byron Cortez. His image was pulled from a 2004 online survey about marketing professionals.
Two or three. Oh, here's where all this creepy
Goat
stuff
man.
starts going on.
Goatmen are creatures from American folklore that have been prevalent since the 1970s.
Momo was so eerie as a
The
kid.
exact origins
I
of the
remember
Goatman
when
legend
Momo
itself
first
are
came
difficult
out,
to pinpoint,
I was
as
so
folklore
scared
often
of the
evolves
picture.
over time. When you think of the Goatman, I'd say this photo stands out. It's probably photoshopped or edited in some way, but we don't actually know where the photo emerged from. Some sources say that the photo is of a goat hunter who wanted to test his imitation suit, and that's how the photo came to be. And some say that it was a VFX artist who made it. While the Goatman is a popular urban legend, there is no scientific evidence to support its existence, and not
What
enough
is it,
documentation to
Chupacabra?
fight the claim either.
Ori Chef. Ori Chef is an internet
Oh,
figure
I don't know
who
this
gained
one.
attention for her unsettling social media presence, especially on Facebook. People noticed that Ori's profiles only featured a small set of photos, slightly edited each time. Even stranger, her friends and linked accounts were just more profiles of Ori Chef, sharing similar posts. Some accounts were said to include disturbing content like violent imagery and chilling claims about wanting to harm her children. One red filter photo was tied to a story about a woman whose botched plastic surgery led to tragic consequences. Many theories emerged about Ori's identity. Some thought it was one person with a dark sense of humor, others suspected her group or even a bot. The real story, however, is much simpler. The woman behind these accounts admitted she made them for Facebook games, and later embraced the creepy persona when people started spreading rumors. The infamous photo wasn't connected to Ori at all. It's of a Sydney woman who survived a car accident, leaving her with minor facial injuries. Unfortunately, she became a target of harassment due to the legend.
Black Ghost Woman. Here's a much more obscure entry. It's a picture of two Japanese girls looking out a window. One smiling and one kinda looking sad. Behind the sad girl is a mysterious and eerie black silhouette. Doing a bit of digging, this is likely a visualization of a Japanese urban legend known as the Shadow Lady, or Kageyana. The legend is about a ghostly figure that appears as a shadow on windows and doors. The shadowy figure is often depicted as a young woman or an old crone. To explain the image in question for people who are wondering, according to YouTuber Sakura Stardust, it's from a 2005 Japanese film titled Only the Two of Us.
Liars, Jimmy. Delving into much lesser known territory, here's a blurred image of a person with a seemingly disfigured face in a snowy setting. Enter Jimmy. One day, an angry classmate named Brett finally had enough of Jimmy's wise guy attitude after he made a crude joke about him. He and a group of kids who hated
You think
Jimmy
the goat
cornered him
man
after
exists?
school, dragged him into the science lab, and poured acid on his face, causing burns that scarred him horribly. The principal questioned them, and he told them that Jimmy did it to himself, and that they were only there to help him, which he believed. Jimmy was horrified that they got away with what they had done, and he planned his revenge on each of them while in the hospital. Months later, Brett receives a videotape in the mail, and upon watching the tape realizes that his friends who had a hand in disfiguring Jimmy were tortured and killed. Brett, fearing for his life, tries to run away only to be tripped by Jimmy. The story ends with Jimmy saying the phrase, "liars," before pouring acid all over Brett, killing him. The mysterious image attached to the story is actually from a music video for a song called "We Fenced Other Gardens with the Bones of Our Own" by an experimental rock band named Liars. In the music video, it shows a group of 3 friends with animal makeup attacking each other.
Skinwalker.
Ooh,
This is an
skinwalkers.
image of what's supposed to be a skinwalker. Skinwalkers are technically a cryptid from the Navajo mythology who possesses the ability to shapeshift into animals, most commonly being in the form of a wolf, coyote, or bird. In Navajo culture, skinwalkers are considered to be malevolent beings who use their power to harm others. They're said to prey on the living, causing sickness, misfortune, and even death. The fear of skinwalkers is deeply ingrained in Navajo culture, and many people believe that they still exist today. The image in question of what is allegedly a skinwalker is from a now deleted 2014 Facebook post that says the image is a picture captured by a geologist of this entity. But in reality, the image is just a screenshot from a 1983 horror film called Zatro.
Creepy Barney. So there's a trend on the internet of taking the beloved
Barney.
children's character Barney the dinosaur and making him appear creepy through various image manipulations and memes. Or in this case, just what happens to be an incredibly scuffed Barney costume. Unlike most of our entries on the list, it's actually quite hard to find anything about this picture outside of a Reddit thread by a now deleted user who uploaded the photo, claiming it to be of his friend when he was a kid. It was uploaded to the r/creepy subreddit over 9 years ago, and the user even commented on his post, saying that he would often ask his friend from the photo for more details about it. But the uploader never came back to their post, and their account has been deleted, so to this day, we still don't actually know anything about it. Mickey Mouse Basement. The Mickey Mouse Basement image became widely memed and has gained widespread popularity online.
Oh, I've never seen this one
There's
before.
a person standing in the photo wearing various Mickey Mouse cosplay items like gloves and boots, and most notably, an eerily broken Mickey Mouse mask/head. A Reddit user was actually able to find a second image too, and yet we still don't know anything, as neither did the uploader who found the second image. Most theories surrounding the photos all share the sentiment that it's just another random cursed photo for creepypastas and memes about some dudes who are probably messing around and decided to put on a dirty Mickey suit to pose in a basement for a scary photo. One of the only leads we have is of an X/Twitter user at Nico Della Fabs, who posted that their friend dated the guy posing as Mickey in the photo, but they would never elaborate or comment further on their thread.
Ghost Mirror Girl. As with some of the older entries on
Ellie's
this list,
struggling.
this
Face
entry is
is
actually a
hard.
video.
Face
It's one
is
of
so
the
hard.
first known fake ghost videos on YouTube and is a classic screamer video uploaded in 2008 by ncook1234. As of 2024, the original has accumulated more than 111 million views, and it was also the first screamer of 2008. The video starts by showing a young girl who is putting on her earrings. After she puts them on, she briefly looks away and waves to the camera. Then the camera zooms in on the mirror, and the young girl's reflection turns demonic, as her eyes and mouth widen, screaming at the camera while the real girl still waves at the camera. This classic video has a sequel too, titled "Possessed Girl Beheads Herself in Her Bedroom," that was uploaded in 2009. It features a woman going up to what is possibly her daughter hiding under a blanket and pulls it off of her, revealing her possessed state.
Gates' face. Here's a relatively recent image. Gates' face appears to be a
Ooh,
deformed
that's
person
creepy.
in front of a black background, and it's usually seen with a caption saying that it was found on a singular copy of the Microsoft trivia tape. Whatever that is, it's never really explained. A commenter on a Reddit thread researching this image would go on to write that it originated from AI with the prompt "Jeff the Killer," later modified with some filters and posted as a creepypasta. They say that it's unclear who posted it first. They wrote that their proof was from a TikTok account making many creepy AI images. This seems to be the most likely origin of it, and the unedited version really does look like Jet the Killer a bit.
Dolphin Muzzle. This is the entity known as the Dolphin Man.
Oh, I've
Originally,
never seen
this
this one
video was
either.
posted on YouTube in 2007, and it was titled Dolphin Muzzle and was posted by the YouTube channel called North Fur. The 40-second video shows a man in a dolphin mask, and its uncanny look likely creeped people out. The costume and the makeup were a realistic depiction of a dolphin's appearance if it were mixed with a human. The low-fidelity camera didn't help in regards of how scary it might have appeared either. Definitely is in that Uncanny Valley vibe. Then recently, in the last few years, this video resurfaced on TikTok and YouTube with people adding twists to the original video. In reality, the creator of this original video actually sells these masks and muzzles for costume purposes. And it's not just dolphin costumes, but tons of other animals like walruses, rhinos. You can find their products on northfur.ca. And to everyone's wholesome surprise, the man underneath the costume turns out to be a really chill guy, based on the tutorials and showcases that you can find on the North Fur FX YouTube channel.
"1983 Clown." If you've stumbled upon this haunting clown animatronic for the first time, good luck sleeping tonight. This unsettling figure was created in 1983 by Aaron Fechter of Creative Engineering Inc., who served as a mall kiosk greeter for the IAAPA convention. Its original purpose was to welcome visitors, but its eerie appearance has since earned it a place in internet horror lore. The clown, dressed in a vibrant and colorful costume, complete with a wig, was designed to showcase Creative Engineering's costume department. It was positioned inside a booth resembling a carousel, featuring 4 white bars and a circular, multicolored top. Since the animatronic lacks legs, it sat on a large, colorful wooden platform. While the show tape that powered the clown is largely a mystery, it is known to have had 6 movements. However, the jerky motions combined with its vacant stare have only amplified its creepy reputation. Today, the clown's face has melted, its original head mechanism is missing and stuffed, and its eyes have been replaced. The booth it once sat in has been dismantled and placed in storage. Despite this, the animatronic itself still resides in the basement of Creative Engineering Inc., rotting away. The clown's name and original audio remain unknown, as no sound accompanies the show tape.
Satan's Sphinx. This image is usually accompanied by a caption
creepy.
saying that the boy went missing in a town in South Carolina. The image is tied to an alleged video called Satan's Sphinx. The video doesn't exist, and it's just a creepypasta that originated on 4chan. According to the legend, watching the video can lead to severe mental and physical
Everything
harm,
always leads back to
including
4chan.
hallucinations, paranoia, and in some cases, even death. But the real truth is that picture is actually from an album called Decade of Dust, made by a band fittingly named Hell Horse. Furthermore, people have determined that the freaky masks worn by the people in the photo are due to an old tradition called Krampus, which served as a way to punish children who had been bad. These people would put on those masks and dress up and run through the streets, which would be crowded by spectators as they tried to scare children and show them that bad behavior is, wrong.
Grave Robbing for Morons. Grave Robbing for Morons is a mysterious and intriguing video that has captivated the internet for years. It's a VHS tape recorded in the 1980s by an unidentified teenager who provides a bizarre and somewhat comical tutorial on how to rob graves. The video's creator gave his and the cameraman's names, being Anthony and Gino, but somehow still managed to remain anonymous, adding to its mystique. One of the biggest questions surrounding the video is whether it's a genuine instructional guide or a satirical piece. Some believe that the video is a genuine attempt to teach people how to rob graves, while others argue that it's a satirical work meant to mock the idea of grave robbing.
Tomino's Hell. This entry stands out because it's centered around a poem rather than just a creepy image. Tomino's Hell is a Japanese poem by Saijo Yaso, published in 1919 as part of his 27th poetry collection. Over time, an eerie legend has formed around it, claiming that the poem should only be read silently. According to the rumor, reciting it out loud brings misfortune or tragedy, though the origins of this superstition are unclear. The story became widely discussed on the Japanese forum 2channel, where users would read the poem and share their experiences. While many claim nothing unusual happened, others posted chilling accounts before disappearing from the conversation entirely. The image often linked to Tomino's Hell is actually a cropped painting by Japanese artist Yuko Tatsushima titled I Can No Longer Be a Bride. The painting was reportedly inspired by the artist's personal trauma following. In Japanese culture, such events were often associated with stigma, making it difficult for women to marry or maintain their reputation. Hence the painting
Ooh.
and its title.
I know that one.
Desiree Snake Hands. This is one of the freakiest entries on the iceberg, both because of the person it pertains to and because we know
There are
so
like
little
so many of
about
these
it.
that I've never
The sole
seen before.
details and resources available for this mysterious and creepy image is a single Reddit post on r/creepy, posted by a user named Spacey. The only lead we have is from a
Ooh, that's
commenter
annoying.
whole profile is now deleted, who wrote
I have to do
this.
everything all
Quote,
over again?
Desiree Snake Hands, a street performer from 1930s Manila, was born and raised in the city where she did most of her busking for other poor urchins, and was noted for being arrested on 5 separate occasions regarding
I
the sudden
think so.
disappearances
Damn it.
of other children. Never once was enough evidence produced to convict her, but her behavior in the ramshackle wooden courts of law included eye crossing, vivid and violent mimicry, screaming at intervals, and bouts of juggling was enough to frighten the jury. By 1941, she became ill of typhoid and was found dead on a rooftop in one of the wealthiest parts of town, above the house of a notable theater producer. It was still unknown how her act was performed at this point. Some evidence suggests that this is a hoax and a piece of performance art done by an artist named Zhu Ming in 1981, but the evidence is not entirely concrete, even though it's all we have.
Falling body. This is the falling body image, also known as the Cooper family photo. It's a photo of what appears to be 2 female family members with 2 kids on their laps sitting at a table with an upside down, unidentified body hanging out in front of them. The photo's pretty well known too. It was taken in the 1950s and there was a book written about it called Urban Legend: The True Story of the Cooper Family Photo by Richard Ramsdell. Allegedly, the first day the family moved in, they took a picture of their
I'm
new
making something
home.
random now.
When the picture was developed, the image of the body falling from the ceiling was clearly visible. Many of the current theories are that it's either a ghost, a hoax, or what I believe to be most likely
I don't
a
know.
simple camera malfunction.
Mannequin head under stall. Approaching some of our scariest entries on the list, we
okay,
have
that
this
was creepy.
incredibly
That was
off-putting image
creepy.
of a
I
mannequin
don't like
head
that one.
peeking under a toilet stall. It's really just a cursed image / screenshot from a 2016 YouTube video, taken from a prank video where they prank people using bathroom stalls by putting a mannequin head under and over the stalls. It's since then been used in various creepypastas and hoaxes, most notably one known as
From
the
prank
McGrady
video to
tape, which is a
creepypasta legend?
creepypasta story about a supposed videotape dropped off at a Blockbuster in McGrady, North Carolina, containing a recording of a person's face looking under a
That's
bathroom stall
creepy.
for 40 minutes straight.
Black Figures Ritual. In this picture, 10 hooded figures can be seen surrounding a car and performing some sort of ritual. Outside of the appearance of the car itself, the picture being black and white would indicate that it was taken a long time ago. I couldn't find any background information on it, let alone its origins. All I found were 1 or 2 memes using this picture.
Let's see.
But after extensive searching, I found out that it's from a late 90s American short independent horror film called Coven. It's about a guy named Mike who is at his wit's end, and is convinced by the only friend he has left to join a support group that later turns out to have a deeper occult agenda, and who uses extreme, sometimes supernatural tactics to help new members remain clean and sober. I just wanted to add context to the photo.
The Expressionless. The Expressionless is a somewhat obscure
Ooh.
creepypasta about a
Anything with,
strange
like,
and
a
demonic woman
blank
who arrived
face,
at the
blank,
Cedar
creepy
Sinai
face.
Hospital in
Just, like,
June
gives me
1971,
shivers.
wearing a bloodied white gown. Long story short, she goes on to say that she's God and ends up killing everyone at the hospital, except for the nurse who would tell the story itself, and would also dub the woman as the Expressionless. However, the real origin of the photo is that it's a picture of 2 student nurses and a waxworks dummy used for training. The picture was taken by photographer Lord Snowden in 1968 for his book Assignments.
SCP-106.
Ooh,
Officially, the origin of the
SCPs.
first original picture of SCP-106 is still anonymous. It's believed that it originated from one of 4chan's creepy threads. There was a thread that said the whole picture was photoshopped, while the face was taken from World War I and the body was taken from a random male model. It's a topic that has been milked a lot, yet no one really knows or has any new information on where this image comes from. The creator himself was the one who said he got it from 4chan, and it's likely been lost to the internet through time. A prominent theory is that it's more likely a painting. You can see an unfinished section of his arm with brushstrokes. You'll also notice the buttons on his vest and some white dots sprinkled throughout, which also makes it look more akin to a painting. If this is the case, we don't know who painted it, or what it was originally supposed to be, and there's a pretty good chance that we'll never know, leaving the origin of this eerie image to be, well, unknown.
Oh, that's it? We got another one? Let me see. Mouse! I hate small desks. Okay, let's see. Do they have another iceberg video? I like watching iceberg videos. Ooh, what about visual venture? Oh no, disturbing kids moment.
For legal reasons, several clips featured in this video had to be removed or replaced with stills.
Ah.
Many of the images used are fan-made artwork and are not meant to be taken as official. We apologize for the inconvenience.
As we've discussed many times in the past, children's TV usually has a good amount of hidden depths. However, there are times
Oh
when
my
things
god,
get
there was
downright hellish.
there would
in ways
sometimes
that
be
not even
so
adult
much
shows
nightmare
can achieve.
fuel in
So today,
Adventure Time.
We're going to be diving deep into the depths of kid shows and look at the top 30 disturbing moments we could find. Some rules, however. One show per entry, though each entry could have different moments from their show. The shows must be somewhat well known, so no foreign shit. Sorry, Mr. Nosy Bunk. And finally, no anime. With that being said,
No anime.
let's begin.
Ooh.
The ultimate enemy, Danny Phantom.
Danny
Despite
Phantom.
being a show
How
about
dare you call
ghosts,
Danny Phantom
Danny
creepy?
Phantom rarely ever gets
He
scary.
was my
It
first
has its moments
childhood
here and
crush.
there, but the ghosts are more often than not played for laughs. Surprisingly enough, the most disturbing moment in the entire series comes from Danny himself. Well, sort of. In the second TV movie, The Ultimate Enemy, shit gets real. 10 years into the future,
Oh
the
no, what
Earth
are you
is
talking
in
about? This movie
ruins.
was
The most
amazing.
dangerous ghost of all time is making the lives of the survivors a living hell, and that ghost is the adult Danny Phantom. The episode has a lot of time travel and convoluted
Oh, what are you
explanations
talking
for
about?
how
No,
ghost
this movie
forms
was
work.
amazing.
Eventually, present-day Danny takes it upon himself to defeat his future self, and learn how exactly he became like that in the first place. It turns out that right after Danny travels into the future, an event takes place that turns him into this demon. This event being an explosion at the Nasty Burger that kills his entire family, as well as Sam Tucker and Mr. Lancer. Danny was then forced to move
Gave
in with
you
the only person who
nightmares?
has a
What are you
chance of
talking
understanding him,
about?
his family friend and arch
No,
nemesis, Vlad Masters.
This was like one of
who
those
is
like
also
1
half
hour,
ghost. Despite their
1 hour
history,
like
Vlad
specials.
treated Danny with great sympathy. Unfortunately,
Kind
it
of like
didn't
the
do much good for
finale.
Danny.
It was also
He asked
kind of
Vlad
like
to
a
remove his human
movie
half,
slash
so he
episode
wouldn't have
thing.
to suffer human
I'd
emotions
call it a movie
anymore.
since it's
He
longer
does
than
so,
normally.
reluctantly, but now without his human conscious, Danny's ghost form does the unthinkable. He rips Vlad's ghost form out of him and fuses with it. The malice and evil inside of Vlad's ghost form is too much to handle, and it turns Danny into an irredeemable monster.
What happened to my human self?
Some things, my boy, are better left unsaid.
I mean, you can tell how messed up this episode is going to be right from the title card, showing a beaten and bruised up Danny, barely holding up against his shadowy future self. And everything about future Danny is just disturbing, from his transformation scene to his complete lack of empathy. The fact that the main characters we come to know are just outright killed is another shocking detail that you don't usually see in Nickelodeon shows or
That
kids
was
shows
something
in
that was
general.
pretty messed up
And this
though.
episode
The
was
fact
not
that
a
they
what
like
if plot
killed
either.
everyone.
It was very real, and it was close to being the actual reality of the show. After his defeat, future Danny is never seen again. The ending set up his return, but thankfully he never escaped from his eternal prison cell.
Wait, he doesn't show up in the finale?
Ed's nightmare.
Oh wait, no,
Rocco's
he
Modern
doesn't.
Life.
Yeah, I
In
gotta watch
addition to
Danny
Ren and
Phantom again.
Stimpy, Rocco's Modern Life is one of Nickelodeon's most surreal
We
and
should do
zany
a
shows of the
Danny
90s.
Phantom watch
Jokes and visual
along.
humor had little to no consequence, leading to some
2
absolutely
seasons of
fantastic slapstick.
pure
But we're not
awesomeness.
here to talk about funny stuff. Sometimes that surrealness that works in favor of the show's humor can also go a bit too far. In the 10th episode of the series Cabin Fever, the Big Heads go on vacation to a mountain cabin. However, when they get there, they find that Rocco and Heifer rented the exact same cabin, leading them to have to spend the weekend together. As usual, Mrs. Big
I've
Head
never
is
watched
just
this show
fine with
before.
this, but Mr. Big Head is 100% not. Eventually, an avalanche occurs, trapping them inside the cabin. Mr. Big Head attempts to dig through the snow later that night, but ends up almost freezing to death. Half awake, Mr. Big Head looks up and sees the three standing around him, morphing into demons.
Are you okay, Mr. Big Head? Mr. Big Head? Mr. Big Head?
A short, strange acid trip occurs with Big Head turned into a flower and then screaming his eyes out, literally. While this moment is short, it definitely caught many children off guard with its sudden, disturbing nature.
It's tricky if it's uneven though.
Jackie's father, Batman Beyond. In the 15th episode of Batman
I
Beyond,
don't watch this show
we are
either.
introduced to an original villain
I don't know.
named
I didn't watch
Earthmover,
many cartoons as a
made
kid,
entirely
so
out of
I don't
dirt.
know many of these.
Throughout the episode, Terry's friend Jackie Wallace feels as if she's being constantly watched. Well, it turns out that she is being watched by the titular Earthmover, or at least his dirt henchman. Jackie is sure that the villain is one of her adopted father's enemies. After the attack by the Dirtmen, Jackie's adopted father, Bill, reveals that her real father, Tony, is the villain, and that it's his fault that he became that way. 10 years prior, Bill and Tony started up a company and had to dispose of toxic waste. However, they could not afford to do it properly, so Bill dumped it into a sealed mine shaft. Tony was reluctant of this, worried that there would be terrible repercussions, but Bill offered him a partnership to gain his confidence. A cave-in occurs, trapping Tony underground with the toxic waste. Thinking that he's dead, Bill adopts Jackie to make up for his mistake. However, the toxic waste caused Tony to fuse with the Earth itself, creating Earthmover. In present day, Bill and Jackie become trapped underground, where they find out what Tony truly looks like.
You can't be, but you are, aren't you?
He's dead.
You're him. You're my father.
Oh no. Thank
This is
you,
what the accident did to you?
Sicely. Even I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for the raid. I'm so sorry I botched your name.
But Bill said.
Thank you so much for the raid of 5.
He attempts to kill Bill and take Jackie back,
Let me give you
but
a
Batman shows up and
shout-out.
saves the day. Another cave
Oh wait,
occurs,
no, I forgot I
killing the
can't do
Earthmover for
shout outs
good.
on this part. Damn.
This episode is not only disturbing for the look of the Earthmover itself,
Hold
but
up, I'm
also
gonna
the
have to
scenario of meeting a long
do it the
lost
hard
family
way.
member who is
Unless
completely
mods,
unhinged.
if you could for me, please.
Whoever you created in your head, being completely
I
shattered
have to do
must be a
like
truly
all the
terrifying
different
situation
stuff
to
just to
be
do a
in.
shout out.
Kudos to the writing team. They could have easily made the adopted father the true villain and have him be a complete asshole.
I need to find a way to do this
But instead, they showed that
easier.
both sides are both equally in the wrong.
Cause like
and
it won't
in
let
the
me
right.
type stuff out here. Yeah, it says I have to like join and stuff and.
Madsen, All Grown Up. All Grown Up
Wait,
was a
block?
weird show.
No, I'm not blocking.
Take
What the heck?
Rugrats, age them up 10 years, and then put them in uncomfortable situations, like watching Tommy try to make it with a girl. It's got nothing on the original Rugrats.
Okay, here. I'll pause it so we don't miss any of the video. But I also want to give you the shout out. Blocking the devil. Oh no. Okay, I hope I spell your name right. Underscore DV. Is that an I? Yeah. IMN. Wait, does not exist? What? Huh? Twitch, I hate you. Why? Why you do this? Why you do this? Make life so much harder. Whatever. That's fine. Oh, thank you for giving him the shout out. I really appreciate it. There we go. Yeah, I'm currently attempting to draw an OC. An OC. I have many OCs, but I can't even get past the face because I can't even draw faces because I suck at drawing. I'm just doing this because I'm like scribbling for fun. But how was your stream? I hope your stream went well. Were you also drawing? I wonder. But yeah, I'm drawing, and we're also listening to like we were listening to like iceberg videos, and now we're doing top 30 most disturbing moment in kids shows. That's what we're doing now. You know, just so you don't listen, since I don't have much to yap about, we just do this. Drawing the mascot artist for Drink Gamer Girl. Oh, I don't know who that is, but it sounds awesome. Awesome sauce.
When it comes to weird and disturbing moments. But we're here to talk about the one time All Grown
Yeah,
Up
if you would like to stay, that's awesome. But if you need to head out, then you're more than welcome to.
Campfire in the form of a character called Bean Madsen. Bean is a character who appears only in the special and introduces the kids.
Check it out, the good peeps. Maybe I
of
will.
things scary that supposedly
Maybe
took
I will
place in
after
camp.
stream.
Tommy finds it the perfect opportunity.
Okay, I'm putting Mike back down.
But things get too real when kids begin to go missing. Toward the climax, it's revealed that Bean is no ordinary boy, and is in fact the ghost of a boy who died in 1871, along with other settlers, due to an extremely cold winter. Bean was most likely searching for the souls of other dead settlers, and thanks to Dill and the others, he was finally able to be put to rest. But not before giving them one good scare. At the end of the episode, the gang reviews the footage they took for the horror movie, when a scene shows up that none of them filmed.
Don't never got no brain or nothing.
Scary. I didn't
The
watch
scene
the
shows
Rugrats
Bean
either.
levitating with red eyes saying, "Don't ever got no brain or nothing." I have no idea what that means, but it sure scared the hell out of the Rugrats. Supernatural beings are not really ever mentioned in the Rugrats, the only other one being Lil Q from the All Grown Up Valentine's Day episode. It's a strange
I'm
moment
curious.
and a disturbing
Something I
one
really
at
want to know. How
that. Bean
can
was
I?
clearly happy with their help, so I
How can
guess
I
he
move,
decided
like,
to freak them out for shits
one?
and giggles.
Dark Harvest. Invader Zim. When it comes to disturbing moments, Invader Zim features them in spades. Our entry from this series is disturbing for two reasons. One taking place in the context of the show, and one in real life. In the episode Dark Harvest, Zim finds that none of his organs resemble that of a human at all, which causes problems when he gets a case of head pigeons and has to go to the nurse. Realizing that the nurse will discover his alien organs, Zim decides to steal the organs of humans in the school, putting inanimate objects in their place.
Invader Zim, another cartoon I've never watched before.
After stealing the organs of almost every student in school, Zim is now a fat, blobby mess, oozing fluids and intestines, almost bursting at the seams. It's a disgusting and disturbing sight, and it begs the question how Nickelodeon even approved this episode. The subject matter is just so far removed from anything Nick has ever dealt with. It's absolutely bizarre. While the episode is dark and disturbing in its own right, things get even darker when we take a look at Scott Dulesky. On October 15th, 2005, Dulesky murdered his neighbor, Pamela Vitali. He was a minor at the age of 16 at the time, so he did not qualify for the death penalty and was instead sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole. During the trial, it became increasingly evident that Dulesky was fascinated with organs and often talked about breaking children's necks and wondering how the human body would function without certain organs. This episode of Invader Zim was brought up during the trial, drawing attention to certain comments he made after watching said episode. However, the two teens that testified stated that he was just joking about those comments.
There we go.
Although, those same teens also stated that he is not violent, and that's clearly false. So, could this episode of Invader Zim have actually inspired a real-life murder? It's hard to say without any conclusive evidence, but it's entirely possible that it didn't help if those ideas were already present in Dulesky's mind.
Man-Bat transformation. Bane gets too much venom, and the Joker venom. Batman, the animated series.
I don't understand. This
Batman,
tool is
the
weird.
animated series is well known for being incredibly mature and treating its audience with respect and integrity. Some heavy themes are addressed in the show, and its willingness to never speak down to kids is one of the reasons why it has become, in the eyes of many, the definitive animated version of the Caped Crusader. Of course, in not shying away from more mature and dark themes, some disturbing moments naturally come with the territory. Given how many there are throughout the series, we will be focusing on 3 of them as opposed to just 1. The first of these moments comes to us from the episode On Leather Wings. In this episode, we are introduced to the Man-Bat, a creature who is being mistaken for Batman. Man-Bat is actually a researcher named Kirk Langstrom, who was transformed into the creature after an experiment researching bats as the next evolutionary step went wrong. When Kirk reveals who he is to Batman, he then transforms right before his eyes, complete with demonic laughing, close-ups of his teeth, and his body changing while his clothes rip off to reveal his new terrifying
This tool is
form.
weird. I don't like it. Oh, it needs to be on the layer.
The next moment is about Bane, from the episode, Bane. This episode introduces us to the titular character, the man who vows to break the bat. If you are aware of Bane, then you know he uses chemically engineered venom in order to become super strong. Well, in the climax of the episode, Batman breaks Bane's venom tube, causing an obscene amount to enter his bloodstream. This is far too much for him to handle, and his muscles grow to a grotesque
Bane
size. All the while
Gotham,
his veins and eyes are popping out while he screams in pain.
Great show, by the way. That's for children.
Thankfully, Batman unplugs the tubes, but for a moment there, it seemed like we were about to witness an overdose on screen. Our last moment comes from the episode The Laughing Fish, in which the Joker unleashes a toxin into the Gotham City harbor that causes all the fish to mutate into a Joker fish with a big toothy smile.
Joker fish.
Turns out the chemical is non-lethal to humans, and the Joker simply wishes to trademark the fish and gain a percentage over all that are sold. A worker at the harbor tells the Joker that fish cannot be trademarked since they are a natural resource, to which the Joker responds with a threat. Later on, the Joker follows through on that threat and sends a toxic gas into the home of the worker. Upon breathing it, the worker begins to chuckle, which slowly grows and grows into an insane laugh, reminiscent of the Joker.
Okay, that is kind of creepy.
Despite the deranged smile on his face, you can tell by the look in his eyes how much pain he's in. Batman shoots him with an antidote, but the image will forever be burned in our skulls. Exactly how much pain is the Joker actually in? We will never know. And maybe that's for the best.
The Tapeworm, Mr. Meaty.
I don't know any of these shows. Okay, except Danny Phantom. I don't know any of these
entirely
shows.
of ugly puppets selling meat to equally ugly puppets. It was titled Mr. Meaty and featured two teenagers, Josh and Parker, who worked at the titular fast food restaurant, getting involved in all kinds of
I gotta
shenanigans.
take a drawing break.
The show
I'll
was
still be
not
here.
received well, especially by vegetarians and parents who did not appreciate the abundance of meat and gross out humor. The network received many petitions to end the show, which may have played a part in its ultimately short existence. Despite that, it managed to introduce a gross amount of disturbing moments during its 2-season run. The most infamous being the tapeworm in the episode Mooch Master P. The episode starts with Parker mooching off of Josh's lunch, much to his annoyance. He continues to mooch off of everyone in the food court until he has earned the title the Mall Moocher. He eventually stoops to the low level of eating the raw burgers they plan on serving to customers.
I'm kind of glad I don't know this show.
However, strange things begin occurring after eating the raw burger. Parker finds that food is disappearing right before his eyes, before he can even eat it. He's unable to deliver
This
food
gives
orders
like
either, as
huge
those
"Don't
disappear
hug me,
in
I'm
thin air.
scared" vibes.
Josh
Am
records
I the only
Parker
one?
trying to eat and then plays it back in slow motion, revealing that an enormous tapeworm is now living inside of his stomach, thanks to the raw burger he ate. The two get the tapeworm out, yanking it from Parker's stomach and into his arm, where it writhes around chaotically. Afterwards, an Australian man comes up and asks to buy it for a zoo. The boys agree, they hand it over to him, and then the man swallows it whole.
That's the stuff! Ew.
What the fuck?
My words exactly. That's disgusting.
The Doll Factory, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Despite being named Wrath of the Krampus, this is not a Christmas
Here, you want to
episode of
stop drawing and just
Scooby-Doo
see
Mystery
reactions for the rest of the night?
Talk about a missed opportunity. What it is, however,
Oh my
is a
gosh,
disturbing
it's
romp through an
what's his
abandoned
name?
doll factory,
Johnny
which by
something.
cartoon
Johnny
laws
Bravo.
required to be unnecessarily terrifying. Shaggy calls it uber creepy, which is an understatement given that the factory is full of
Uber
ultra-realistic
creepy.
dolls, clashing with the show's simple and cartoony art style. With their hollow eyes and dry red paint blotches resembling blood, the dolls leave a scary but short impression. Until their heads start
I hate
turning
dolls.
and
They're
begin
like,
talking, because then they leave a terrifying and lasting impression.
Why do they
It's
look so
unclear why
real?
or how these dolls spoke, but given the existence of the supernatural in this series as opposed to the original, the dolls could actually be possessed.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo,
If there's
where
one thing
are
people don't
you?
want going into a
Something,
Scooby-Doo
something
episode,
gonna
it's
get
eyeless,
you.
rotting baby dolls.
The Alien Invasion, Ed, Ed and Eddie. In one of a few half-hour-long specials,
You know what?
of
I
Ed,
don't
Ed
know
and
most of
Eddie
these shows
titled
because since
The
I wasn't
Ants Are Coming,
I wasn't allowed to
Jimmy
watch
has a
these kind of
nightmare
cartoons.
when aliens attack
I
the
don't know like
cul-de-sac,
any of them.
and actually takes
I know
a
shows
whole
like Ed,
area
Ed and
away.
Eddie and
Hearing the premise
Invader Zim and stuff like
knowing
that.
the nature
They're
of
like
the show,
iconic
one might assume
children's
that the nightmare
cartoons.
is
But I don't know any of
very
them.
comedic, with the stereotypical little green men aliens invading with ray guns. Instead, however, we are treated with a massive buzzsaw slamming down out of nowhere.
Yeah, let's just do reactions from now on.
Vortex rips open the sky, sending down many more of these buzzsaw, with the menacing spiked mechanical tentacles swooping down and capturing a terrified Sarah. Jimmy, now bruised and beaten, desperately attempts to reach Sarah, but falls into one of the newly formed crevices, hanging on for dear life. The two attempt to reach out to one another, screaming each other's names, but it's of course no use. Jimmy's grip weakens.
Okay, hold up 1 second. I just gotta change, or I don't have to change. I could just do this. I could just do this.
Falls to his
death. There you go.
While it is another case of, oh, it's just a dream, this nightmare actually traumatizes Jimmy into having PTSD flashbacks to it throughout the episode.
A postcard! I love postcards!
What the heck? What the heck kind of PTSD fever dream is this?
Jimmy?
This is amplified with Johnny's claims that there are actually aliens at the cul-de-sac, and that they are at Rolf's house. Things get even freakier when they find a glowing green meteorite at the playground, and a hand pops out of it. The hand turns out to be Ed's, who claims that the aliens experimented on him. They tried to sacrifice Naz to the aliens, who in the end turned out to be just Rolf's weird family. So, no harm, no foul. Or is it?
Is it?
At the very end, the aliens from Jimmy's dream are seen carrying the cul-de-sac away. Just who or what is Rolf's family actually?
Come on, show cartoons that I actually know.
Teeth for Two, Cat Dog.
Oh, I don't know this show either.
In the episode Teeth for Two from Cat Dog, we get treated to a quick and nasty scene featuring everyone's favorite gross-out gag in animation.
Are there any
Skinned,
that I know here?
bloody cats. In this episode, the two go to the dentist and discover that if one doesn't take care of their teeth, it's the others that is affected. Dog eats disgusting amounts of junk food and never brushes, yet it's Cat who gets all the cavities.
Oh, that
Cat
sucks.
tries to get Dog to take care of his teeth so he won't suffer anymore, but it's no use. Dog won't listen. They fight, chewing on things like aluminum foil to hurt each other's teeth. That hurts just thinking about
That's crazy.
Later
What the
that night,
heck?
Cat tries to brush Dog's teeth while he's asleep. Instead of simply moving over to Dog and opening his mouth, Cat decides to pull himself through his skin and out of Dog's mouth.
Ooh, what the heck? Ew.
Upon waking up, Dog shares the same reaction all of us would have, and is terrified. Fear turns to anger, and he swallows Cat back into his own skin. And the two engage into another food war, sabotaging each other's teeth. Cat Dog is a strange concept for a show that just barely scratches the surface of all the weird and
That was
disturbing
weird.
shit the two of them are capable of. This is one of those things that we wish stayed under the surface.
Ew. This is genuinely disturbing.
Terror Toad, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Rarely do the monster costumes in Power Rangers ever give off a creepy or disturbing vibe. They're usually unintentionally funny, if anything else. Well,
Rangers.
Terror Toad is both funny and disturbingly creepy.
Is this the dinosaur
In the
one or
12th
no?
episode of the original series, titled Power
Oh, it's the
Ranger
original
Punks,
series.
the evil Babu slips a potion into Kimberly and Billy's drinks, essentially drugging them into becoming pompous douchebags. While these two are out of commission, Rita Repulsa creates a new monster to finish off the remaining Rangers, the Terror Toad. The unnerving thing about Terror Toad is not only its unsettling design, but also the fact that he eats the Power Rangers and shows their faces.
I used to
on his
watch
stomach.
Power Rangers. They were the coolest thing ever. The pink one and the red one was my favorite.
The way he devours the Rangers is so disturbing and grotesque. The disgusting use of his teeth and the gagging noises he makes don't do the scene any favors either.
Yikes.
After eating both the yellow and black Ranger, the Red Ranger is forced to face the Terror-Toad alone. Thankfully, Alpha and Zordon are able to cure Kimberly and Billy, allowing them to morph back into the pink and blue Rangers to assist Red in his fight. Zordon informs them that in order to defeat the Terror-Toad, they must cut off his horns and then attack the weak point on his neck.
You're going to pay for this, and I'm going to start with you.
I don't know. I just thought Power Rangers was so cool for its time.
Pink Ranger shoots arrows into his throat, freeing their other Rangers, and in one final attack, they kill him by shooting an arrow in his mouth. The episode ends with them playing an innocent game of volleyball at the rec center. Talk about a tonal shift. Terror-Toad never appears again, thankfully, with the exception being in flashbacks. He was also the third monster to never be enlarged by Rita's magic wand.
You know, I remember Power Rangers with the red and the pink one being my favorite.
Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, Jimmy Neutron! Finally, another character, another show I know.
Get weird.
Yeah,
Not
I used to
that
watch
it
John.
wasn't
I
weird
used to watch
before,
Jimmy
the movie
Neutron.
had a giant alien chicken dragon, for fuck's sakes. But the tone of the show for its final season got weird, even by its own standards. One moment in particular that highlights this tonal change is in the episode One of Us. The episode starts with Sheen telling Jimmy and Carl about a new show that he's been watching called The Happy Show Show. And they all should watch it because it'll make them happy. Jimmy ignores it and goes to do some weird prepubescent stuff on his computer, like Photoshop him and his crush's heads into wedding photos. However, Sheen is
Wait, didn't he have a crush on the blonde girl though?
Jimmy to watch the show. Soon enough, Jimmy starts noticing that everyone is acting different, being uncomfortably friendly with one another.
Oh, Libby, did you just turn some music off? Hello, Jimmy. I'm happy to see you. Did you watch the Happy Show Show last night?
His crush, Betty, convinces him to give it a go. So that night he turns it on and is greeted by a kindly old woman named Grandma Taters. He watches 10 seconds of it before turning it off because it's just that bad, and quickly puts it out of his mind. The next day at school, all the kids are desperately trying to get Jimmy to give it another chance. Betty asks him to come over and watch it with him. But as he heads over to her house that night,
of course,
he sees her watching through the window and realizes that the show is hypnotizing people. Soon, the entire town is after Jimmy, trying to force him to watch the show. Luckily,
even adults.
Cindy, who just returned from a karate competition, has not been affected yet. So the two track down Grandma Taters to put an end to this. After defeating her, it's revealed that she's an alien, and there's actually multiple Grandma Taters.
We'll be back.
The Happy Show Show is actually a parody of a real-life Taiwanese children's show called Fruity Pie, which is a bit uncomfortable to watch in itself, but it is ultimately harmless. Nevertheless, it's unnerving
Lots of kids
to think of
shows,
such an
obviously.
innocent show brainwashing people like this.
What's next?
Jesse's nightmare and Michelle's nightmare. Full House. If there's one show that definitely doesn't belong anywhere on a disturbing moments list, it's Full House. The show is a living, breathing Hallmark card that doesn't seem to have a hint of malice or darkness anywhere in it.
Bob Saget.
Despite all of that, it's on here for a reason, and those reasons are in the episodes My Left and Right Foot and The 7-Month-Old Itch Part 1. Both of these moments can be quickly explained away since they are dreams and therefore don't actually happen, but that doesn't take away how freaky they are. First up, we have Jesse's nightmare in The 7-Month Itch Part 1. Jesse is annoyed by everyone being in his personal bubble and asking too much of him. Later that night, he has a nightmare where two Michelles enter the room and start demanding that he feeds them and changes their diaper. This was at a time in the series when Michelle
That's a
didn't
nightmare.
talk,
That's a regular
so she
day at
was
work for
dubbed by
me.
Dave Collier, putting on an uncomfortable, squeaky voice.
Change me. Feed me. Change me. Feed me. Feed me. Change me. Feed me. Change me. Feed me. Change me. Feed me.
Oh my god, there's 2 Michelles. They're multiplying!
The rest of the family then shows up, making annoying and ridiculous requests with a fisheye lens camera focusing on their faces, distorting them and making them look very unsettling.
It's your turn. You're there.
It's confusing. What the heck is going on? This is more like a fever dream. This is more like a fever dream than anything
Our second
else.
nightmare comes in my left and right foot, where Michelle starts to get self-conscious about how her feet are growing larger. We're then treated to a nightmare where her feet grow to a ridiculous size on screen, accompanied by a gross stretching noise. The feet continue to grow until they're the size of the entire room. The family is terrified, and the only reasonable thing they can think to do is
Oh my gosh,
tickle them.
imagine the
Michelle
foot
wakes up
fetish
screaming,
fans.
thankful that it was just a
God.
dream. She pulls away her covers to see that her feet are still enormous, much to her horror. Thankfully, that was a dream too.
God, if that was, is that a Nickelodeon show?
Pingu.
Oh my god, Pingu. Okay, Pingu did
The
kind of
walrus
freak
is
me out a
very
bit.
mysterious character, only appearing once in the entire series in the episode Pingu's Dream. Throughout his dream,
No, I don't
the
know.
walrus follows
Pingu
in what he
itself
thinks
freaks
is a
me
playful
out.
manner. To Pingu, however, this is very frightening and upsetting, given the size and demeanor of the walrus. When Pingu meets the walrus at first, he pops up from the scenery abruptly, snorting with a deep voice. He traps Pingu under an big wheel and then stretches and squeezes him for his amusement.
If Pingu wasn't freaky enough. Hello, hot girl.
Afterwards,
How are you
he takes
doing?
Pingu's
Hello,
mattress
hello.
and starts eating it. Why he eats the mattress is beyond us. After slowly walking away, Pingu then books it and runs until he slips and falls down an
Run,
icy slope.
Pingu, run.
He falls and falls until he reaches his bedroom floor. Turns out, the slope was just his bed sheets. Pingu's mother then coddles him as he sobs and tells her all about his terrifying dream and the walrus that stalked him. The walrus is a disturbing character thanks to his mostly silent demeanor. He is either staring
What are we
uncomfortably
watching?
with his dead
Top
black
30
eyes,
disturbing
or childishly
moments
snorting
in
when he
kid
takes his playful
shows.
jokes too far. He also has strangely realistic human teeth in place of tusk, not helping the situation. The walrus was so uncomfortable for
Hello,
children that the episode was actually placed on an unofficial ban from broadcast distribution. It was removed from British television in 2003 and was pulled from airing in the United States. It also was never released on VHS in the UK. Despite the censorship, it did manage to air once on PBS Kids Sprout in 2006. There was actually an earlier version of this episode that featured the walrus roaring and making disturbing squealing noises.
Wait, is it still
This
Pingu?
was changed to
Oh, yeah.
laughter because of how frightening the noises were to
I
children.
don't know. As a
To end this
kid,
entry off,
Pingu
here's an
itself,
uncomfortable
not
scene
even
of
a
the walrus
walrus.
speaking German in the creator Ottmar Gutmann's show reel.
Schauen Sie sich mal um, da haben Sie Modul und Designs und so weiter und so fort. Da habe ich zwar schon mal gesagt, nur die Spezialisten, die wir verstehen Sie.
Anyone here speak German?
Zombie
Man, I wish
grandma.
Manaseeker was here.
Hey Arnold.
Manaseeker speaks
In the
German.
episode Part-Time Friends of Hey Arnold, both Arnold and Gerald decide they need part-time jobs and decide to start working together at Miss Vitello's flower shop. At first, the boys are delighted to be working together, thinking of all the fun they'll have. However, soon Miss Vitello gets injured and leaves Gerald in charge of the store.
No.
Arnold finds that Gerald is far better friends than he is boss, and they begin to fight. Arnold quits, and the two vow to never speak to each other again. Later that night, Grandpa Phil tells Arnold about how he and his friend Jimmy Kafka had an argument when they were kids, and led to them never speaking again. The words haunt Arnold all throughout the night, eventually leading to a nightmare. In the nightmare,
I don't know
Arnold
any
and
of these
Gerald run into each
shows.
other on the bus 70 years later. The two still won't talk to each other, but have forgotten why they even started fighting. Suddenly, the distorted voice of Grandpa Phil taunts Arnold from the back of the bus, saying, "What did I tell you, short man?"
Ooh, what the
We see
heck?
the disgusting, rotting corpse of Grandpa Phil, laughing at Arnold until his jaw falls off.
That's creepy.
What the hell? Why did that need to be there? It certainly does its job by scaring Arnold into forgiving Gerald and helping out with the shop, but why is Zombie Grandpa such a dick? And why is he on the bus?
That's the
Where
part
is he going?
you're asking.
I guess we'll never
Why is he
know.
such a dick?
Frankly, we shouldn't know.
Ugh. What's next?
The Haunted House, Samurai Jack.
Damn it, I don't know the show either.
It's difficult to classify if Samurai Jack truly is a kid's show or not. The first 4 seasons aired on Cartoon Network, and while it was violent,
You ever seen
it
that
was
one
never too
clip
much
where
to
they
cross
take
over
away
into
his
the
stairs
adult
because he got in
territory.
trouble?
Of course,
I have never
season
once
5 changed
seen
all that
a
with
Hey
blood,
Arnold
swearing,
episode.
and other adult themes, airing exclusively on Adult Swim. Given the more subdued tone of the first 4 seasons, though, and the fact that
Okay, I need to say, okay, the reason why I haven't watched most of these shows is because I wasn't allowed to watch things like Teletoon, Cartoon Network, all that kind of stuff as a kid. And obviously these are obviously like childhood nostalgic things, right? And the only cartoons I could watch was like Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, and a few other Canadian cartoons. But like, I was able to watch Jimmy Neutron a few times. That's how I know it. But like, other than that, I don't know any of these shows. Like Ed, Ed and Eddie, Hey Arnold, Cat and Dog. I don't know those shows. I don't know those shows. My mom was very strict. If she didn't like the animation style or the quote unquote humor, I wasn't allowed to watch it. So yeah.
many children watched it, this moment from the season 3 episode Jack in the Haunted House deserves to be on the list. While alone
Hello,
at night, Jack
HB
encounters a
Alex
sobbing little
Crollo
girl.
Gamer.
She
How are
runs
you? How are
away as he
you?
approaches her, and he follows her to an old house. While in the house, Jack experiences several visions of the people who once lived there and the monster that attacked them. Jack soon
Thank you, HB,
finds
for
the
the follow.
girl
I
and
appreciate
suggests
it.
they leave,
Thank
but then
you.
finds that all the doors and windows have disappeared. With nowhere to go, the two decide to rest. When he wakes up, he finds the
Didn't
girl
like Total
missing
Drama
and
Island?
hears
Oh
music
yeah,
and chatter
I
in the
wasn't allowed
distance.
to watch Total Drama
He enters
Island
a
either.
well-lit room and finds the girl sitting around a table with the other family members. At first,
I mean,
Jack is wary.
There was
but
times
is
where I
soon
like
calmed by tea and small talk. The
sneakily
facade
watched
doesn't
it.
last for long, though,
Total Drama, I
as the
mean.
brother's eyes roll
But,
up
like,
slowly into a skull.
So I wasn't
The
really
music
allowed
becomes
to.
distorted and flashes of the room's true state of dilapidation begin to seep in. The brother hunches backwards and begins drooling excessively. The
Oh,
mother
what the
and father
heck?
then do the same.
Oh, I gotta close my eyes. Seizure fuel. Is it over? Yes, okay. Oh shoot! Tell me when it's over. I have to close my eyes. Tell me when it's over.
A shadowy substance bursts out of
Okay,
their
there you go.
mouths, destroying their bodies and turning into a
Sorry,
demon.
it's just that I'm
In the
epileptic,
end,
so I
Jack defeats the demon
can't
and
really
sets the family
look into
members free.
flashy. Oh
But that
shoot!
happy ending
I
does
can't
not
look into
erase the
flashy
horrific
light
tone and
things.
setting for the
I don't want to have
majority
a
of the episode.
seizure midstream, you know.
Everything in this episode feels off.
Okay, good.
From the lack of background music to the way the demon is animated. The fact that we never learn who or
Man,
what the
I couldn't
demon
even
is,
watch the
or where it
interesting
came from
part.
is equally unsettling. Unlike Aku and the other villains, the demon is given absolutely no comedic moments.
Worst video ever. Why? I'm enjoying it. Be a show
Count
I
to
know.
10 with nobody. Sesame Street.
Sesame Street?
Most shows on this list have been aimed at kids around the age
No.
of 10. While still children,
Danny
they are
Phantom.
capable of handling scary moments from time to time.
What the heck?
But
Sesame Street.
What about
though?
a show aimed at preschoolers
Sesame
like
Street
Sesame
though.
Street? The character Limbo, also often referred to as Nobody, was a Muppet who disappeared almost as abruptly as he was introduced. is made up of 2 floating eyes and a mouth over a black background, speaking with a deep and calm voice.
This was in Sesame Street?
Once again, let's count to 10.
In Sesame Street, he appears to teach children about counting. He wasn't
This is
initially
total
created to be
nightmare
on
fuel. What the heck is
that
this doing
show.
in Sesame Street?
Jim Henson originally created Limbo for his surreal short film titled Limbo.
Why not
The
use like
Organized
Count
Mind.
Dracula if you want to do the counting?
It's done, in case you want to try it. Now, when you first come to the brain, you have to pass through the medulla oblongata. That's where things like breathing and the heartbeat and glands are controlled.
Max, of course you'd have a
Where
thing
the
for
character
Gwen.
talks about the human subconscious over images of fog.
This thing is
and
freaky. I
cockroaches.
hate this.
Why he made the switch to Sesame Street is beyond us. Maybe Henson doesn't want his puppets to go to waste. It is pretty cool. I, however, do not think that this is something that 2-year-olds want staring into their souls.
I'm in my 20s, and this is the most disturbing thing I've seen in this entire video.
The Mask. Goosebumps.
Oh well, come on, it's Goosebumps. Come
I
on.
suppose with a series like R.L. Stein's
It's not like you're gonna be
Goosebumps,
seeing
some scary
teddy bears and
disturbing moments
unicorns in
come with
Goosebumps.
territory. However, the events that occur in the episode The Haunted Mask are notable for being that episode.
Oh, thank
Every
you, Hot Girl,
series
for the
has
follow. I
one.
appreciate it.
The one episode that
Thank
fucks you up,
you.
even if you're already expecting something scary. Based on the 11th book in the series, The Haunted Mask is a 2-part episode that follows Carly Beth, a girl who is sick and tired of being seen as timid and scared. With Halloween coming up, she
You're in
refuses
you're
to wear the
literally in
cute duck
Goosebumps.
costume her mother made for her, and instead looks for something truly terrifying in order to get back at her friends and anyone else who has made fun of her. At a mysterious costume store, she finds an absolutely grotesque mask that she is certain will scare the fuck out of her friends. The creepy storekeeper won't sell her the mask, but to be fair, he does offer her a gorilla mask. But
Looks
she
like
ends up stealing it and running
weird
out
looking
of the
version
store.
of Chupacabra.
After
I mean,
she
not
puts it on to scare her
Chupacabra.
brother,
The
she finds that it takes a while
furry
to get the mask
Star
off
Wars
her
guy.
face. She also finds that the mask has made her voice more grisly and menacing. The more and more she puts on the mask, the more it begins to take over her body. She becomes
It's
a
like the
completely
movie,
different
The
person while
Mask,
wearing the
only
mask,
kind of
and
scary.
even attacks her own friends. Eventually, it gets to the point where she cannot take off the mask at all, as it has fused with her face. She goes back to the costume store, but the shopkeeper says that removing it is no use. Only an act of true love can remove the mask, and she's running out of time.
You'll awaken them.
What's happening? What are they doing?
Run! Run!
A bunch of other disgusting masks in the shop begin floating in midair.
This is why you
and
don't
then
listen.
chase her
This
out
is why
a
you're supposed to
nearby
listen to your
cemetery.
elders. True love's kiss will set you free. What the heck are they trying to go for? Like
She
the
then
true,
realizes that the
like an
act of
act
true
of true
love
love.
that can remove the mask is the equally ugly and disturbing mold of her head that her possibly psychotic mother made for her. You know, because love, I guess? Earlier that evening, she buries it in the
guess.
same
Motherly
cemetery
love.
that the masks have chased her to. Long story short, she exhumes her replica head, and apparently it's so fucking creepy that the evil, floating, disembodied masks that are chasing her get scared off. Her own mask then comes off, and Carly throws the abomination near the door, instead of fucking burning it. Her brother gets his hands on it and puts it
Oh
on,
my god,
and
I was
horror
about to
begins in
say, like,
having something cling onto
someone
your
else is
face
gonna
is not a
grab it.
pleasant thought, especially if it's something that slowly takes over your body. Masks in general are made of latex,
Why not just return
smell
it?
gross, and irritate the skin. Imagine one stuck on you, sucking the life out of you. That's probably the furthest thing from a pleasant thought as you can get.
I wouldn't really call it disturbing though.
Morris and Linka's drug addiction. Captain Planet.
I never
Despite being
watched
brought up in
Captain
previous
Planet.
videos on this channel, it would be criminal to not talk about the episode Mind Pollution from Captain Planet on this list. This episode feels so real compared to many of the other entries on this list due to how it mirrors the fears many of us have about our friend, family members, or anyone that you know that has suffered through an addiction. A villain named Verminous Scum is selling a highly addictive drug called Bliss, and Linka's cousin Boris becomes addicted to it. While Bliss is a made-up drug, it's a simple pill that one takes, making its connection to real-life drugs evident.
How the heck are they allowed to freaking air this on kids' things? Like,
Nothing can bring you down now.
how is this allowed
Boris
to air?
becomes agitated and arrogant, and eventually slips a pill into Linka's food, causing her to become addicted as well. Eventually, the Planeteers have to fight off a bliss-addicted crowd, desperate to do anything that Scum says for more bliss.
Linka, stop taking that stuff! It's poison!
Oh no, Wheeler. I need bliss. Without it, you cannot imagine the pain.
How it feels to have clout.
During the chaos, Scum
There's a
gives Boris a
supervillain,
whole
I
bottle
Marvel,
of
who
bliss
does-
in exchange for killing the
Marvel
Planeteers.
does drugs
He promptly
to get
downs half the
superpowers.
bottle
That's so bad.
and overdoses,
Tisk,
dying
tisk,
almost
tisk.
immediately.
Bliss killed him. I'm sorry.
No, you are lying! Boris! It's me, Linka! Wake up!
Linka, he's dead.
No, no, no!
This is so dark.
While most of the commentary about drug addiction can be a bit on the nose,
This
as
is
is
so
the way
dark.
with many PSA episodes of older cartoons, the parallels to real-life drug addiction is rather haunting. Seeing a main character like Linka become pale, with sunken cheeks and baggy eyes is disturbing and upsetting. Bliss seems to be related the closest to meth, giving its immediate addictive appeal and giving the user its effect of feeling no pain, at least for a little while. The Bliss users are able to smash windows with their bare fists and feel nothing, similar to the adrenaline rush of meth. I'm sure this episode did the trick and prevented many kids from taking drugs after
Good.
seeing Boris die.
11.
Frybo, Steven transforms into cats, and the Cluster from Steven Universe.
Oh, another show I've never
Steven
watched
Universe
before.
is a show known for pushing the boundaries of what is commonplace in animation. But with that, we see the darker side, the more disturbing and terrifying aspects. In
When
the
are they
episode,
gonna
Keeping It
put
Together,
Adventure
we are
Time?
introduced
Adventure
to
Time
gem
has a lot of
mutants,
trippy moments.
Hunks of cracked gems crudely put together and forced to fuse. When they take on the physical form, they appear as a deformed, disgusting creature, looking for more gems in order to complete themselves. Upon seeing them for the first time, Garnet has an emotional breakdown, stating that
They were forced together. They were forced to fuse. This is wrong. I'm sorry.
No, no, Garnet! You're coming undone! Garnet!
So yeah, essentially
Mm.
rape. This is increased tenfold later when we meet the Cluster, the final product.
Maybe it's best
of
I
the
never
gem
watched this show
mutants.
either.
This is made up of thousands and thousands of broken gems at the center of the earth. They are constantly in pain, screaming and arguing eternally. So, moving away from moments that are showing the darker sides of social elements, there are a few moments that are just downright scary in their own rights. In the episode Frybo, we get treated to the character, well, Frybo. The fast food mascot was creepy enough already, but then it becomes sentient. It grows veins and tentacles and begins
Yikes.
force-feeding people french
Yeah,
fries.
you know,
When
I was
attacking or in
considering
pain,
watching
the
Steven
noises he
Universe,
makes are
considering
just
like
downright
how
demonic.
like a lot of people say how good it is. It's been stabbed in the eye. What the heck? Okay, yeah, I'm totally not watching this. What the hell am I looking
Thank
at?
God we haven't seen him since season 1. Last, but certainly not least, are the cat fingers. In this episode, Steven tries to hone in on shape-shifting abilities by turning into
Yeah,
a cat.
sorry, Steven
Since
Universe,
he is still pretty new at this,
not
he's
gonna
only
be
able
watching
to turn
ya.
his fingers into cats at first. Things get out of control, and the cats begin growing out of every bit of his body. Eventually, he becomes nothing but a blob of cat mass.
Yikes.
Steven? The cat fingers are taking over my body!
I mean, yeah, it's a little silly, but the thought of being consumed by anything, even cats, is just disturbing. Even Steven sounds mortified. Since then, Steven hasn't really messed around with shape-shifting anymore, and that's probably for the best.
Come on, just put on the Steven Universe one. I mean, the Adventure Time ones. You know.
Speed Demon, Powerpuff Girls. As we covered much earlier in the list with Danny Phantom, seeing an alternate terrifying future of a show that you're familiar with is not a good feeling at all. Such is the case in the episode
No, the difference between the Danny Phantom one is that it was good. Well, I've never watched the Powerpuff Girls one.
For the school day to be over, so she can finally go on vacation with the other girls and the professor to the Bahamas. The school day ends with the three girls racing out as fast as they can. Buttercup challenges the other girls to a race home, which becomes incredibly intense.
I do remember as a kid not really liking the green one. I liked the pink one.
They finally make it to the lab and go in, but inside they find an old and miserable Professor Utonium.
Damn.
Sugar, spice, and powdered rice. No, darn, why didn't I write it down?
He is desperately attempting to create a new set of Powerpuff Girls, but without success. Upon seeing him, he
Okay, I know this isn't related, but whoa, this video's an hour long? Holy, I didn't even notice. What the heck, I thought it was shorter. Okay, but I need to say this before it ends. Okay, if it doesn't include any of the Lich episodes from Adventure Time, then I'm gonna call this entire video invalid. Because those had to be the most disturbing episodes, like, of all of Adventure Time. And Adventure Time had some pretty freaky episodes. But all the Lich episodes had to be, like, insanely disturbing.
Chases them away, calling them nothing but hallucinations. After running from the lab, the girls find that all of Townsville has become a desolate wasteland. They go to the town hall to find an old and insane Miss Bellum, mourning over the
Marceline.
now dead
Yeah,
mayor.
Marceline was awesome.
Upon
I
getting
liked her.
close to her, she yells at them to get out, stating that the mayor is hers. Next on their stop is the kindergarten, where they find an old and senile Miss Keene, who waves endlessly, repeating the same sentence over and over.
Deer guy.
The girls
Oh my
find out
gosh,
that
the
they have been
deer. Oh my gosh, the
transported
deer
50
was
years
so
into the
freaky.
future. A menacing laugh looms over them, the one and only laugh of him. He explains that they went forward in time.
Oh wait,
and the
I've seen
whole
this
world
character
went to
before.
heck. The girls take out their anger by beating the ever-loving shit out of him, but it doesn't even faze him. He just gets back up like nothing happened. He then grows to a monstrous size, showcasing his dominion over the post-apocalyptic Townsville. Soon all the zombified and senile citizens of Townsville come out, chanting, "You did this," surrounding the girls.
Damn,
Kim
all I wanted to
states
do
that
was
he
go on
simply took
summer
over,
vacation.
But it was the girls who abandoned them. The chanting and music get louder and louder until the girls cannot simply take it anymore and run away as fast as they can.
Okay, this is much more disturbing than the Danny Phantom movie. Come on, let's be for real.
Thankfully, they find themselves back in their own time, with everyone back to normal. The girls rush to tell the professor everything that happened. He then comes to the realization that Townsville cannot survive without the girls, not even for a week in the Bahamas, and thus, the day is saved and the vacation is cancelled. This episode is just very upsetting, given its mood whiplash from the rest of the series, and seeing all these characters that we know and love becoming old shadows of their former selves. It wasn't just a dream either. This was a very real experience.
Child labor. So true. Come on, Adventure
Giant
Time.
Evil baby, Mr. Friend, I'm not Tommy. Rugrats.
Wait, Rugrats is on this video again?
As we mentioned earlier in the video, Rugrats is full of disturbing moments. Given that the series is shown in the eyes of babies, it makes sense that the world we see can be frightening and unusual, as babies don't have the knowledge and
Can I
sense of
skip
the
this
world
one?
that we adults do.
We already watched Rugrats.
Having said that, there are some fucked up things in this series that would make even adults lie awake at night. That's why we're looking at a few choice scenes from the series, since there were just too many to choose from. First up, from the episode Angelica's Worst.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Her. Designs lines. They are only the base.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've already watched. There was already a section of Rugrats. So. Oh my gosh, Adventure Time! Adventure Time! Yes.
Clown nurses, Lemon Grab eats Lemon Grab, and the deer from Adventure Time.
What? There's no Lich? No, how is Lich not on this list?
It is definitely one of the most influential
But yes,
cartoons in the past
the Lemon
decade,
Grab
for sure. And that's due in part
was
to
also
its
really
unique sense of
freaky.
humor. That sense of humor is often very weird, dry, and messed up.
But
sometimes
no.
you can go a bit too far and end up in the more disturbing
How
territory.
is the
where you
Lich
question
not
if
on this
was meant to be funny
list?
or pure nightmare fuel. We'll be looking at a few moments as opposed to just one because there's just too many to pick from. The first moment comes from the episode Another Way, where Finn is treated by some clown nurses after he breaks his toes. Surprisingly, the clown nurses are fucking terrifying and state that smooches are the only way to cure him. We get a nasty seizure-inducing close-up of the clown nurses.
Yeah,
laughing,
I remember this
stating that
episode.
It's the only way.
I remember this. It was so freaky. I mean, yeah, this part was freaky, but still. It's the only way.
Yeah, this episode didn't really do clowns any favors. Our second moment comes from the episode Another 5 More Short Grables, which is, more or less, a series
This
of
must have been
short
an episode
stories
I
strung
skipped
together
because I
with
don't
one
remember
overarching
this.
theme. One segment revolves around Lemon Grab and his brother Lemon Grab 2 arguing over what their toy Lemon doll should
Oh,
do
wait,
next.
yes, I do remember
Lemon
this
Grab 2
episode.
thinks he should go to bed, while Lemon Grab 1 thinks he should
This is
dance.
when they fight, and then
After a
the
struggle,
when
doll breaks,
I remember
and Lemon
laughing
Grab
at
1
this when
freaks
he's
out.
playing with the Lemon Grab toy. Yeah, I remember this.
My end table.
That's literally how it ends. Finally, we have the eerily titled episode.
Oh my gosh,
One
and
Can
it's
Hear
the
You.
deer. The deer is so
Throughout the episode,
freaky.
candy people are disappearing left and right. A conflict between Finn and Jake arises, causing Finn to believe that Jake has been kidnapping the candy people to use as a birthday surprise for him. After finding the missing candy people in the sewer, however, Peppermint Butler explains that Jake is not the one who
And
did
like,
this.
the deer was never explained either. Like, I don't think the deer ever came back after this episode.
I'm so sorry.
You did not do this, Jake.
What? Then who did?
It was him.
It turns out that the true culprit was this deer.
He's scary.
The look on this deer's face is the very essence of stranger danger. It's terrifying. The two defeat him, and Princess Bubblegum reveals that the deer just wanted their sugar, but she didn't give any.
They just straight up just like pushes him into the sewer.
Tom and Jerry commit suicide.
Oh my god,
Tom
I
and
know
Jerry.
this. I know this one. I've seen it like.
This is a moment
I
we've
haven't seen the
talked about
episode,
time
but
and time
I like.
again, and for good reason. Despite its age, it is held up as one of the most disturbing moments in cartoon history.
I know. I remember
In the
this.
episode Blue Cat Blues of Tom and Jerry, the episode starts right off the bat with Tom sitting on the railroad tracks, waiting for death. Jerry watches from a bridge above, knowing that when he gets home, his friends will ask why he didn't try to stop him. Well, Jerry believes that it's better this way. We get treated to a flashback where we see Tom falling for a beautiful white cat. The two
Oh
begin going
yeah,
out
and then the
everything
cat,
seems
the
great.
girl cat, like
That is
ends up
until she
going
meets
to like
Mr.
another guy
Butch,
cat.
a much wealthier cat. She leaves Tom and immediately goes with Butch, leaving Tom heartbroken and Jerry in a state of "I told you so." Tom desperately tries to win her back, buying her gift after gift, but it's no use. Butch's gifts are far nicer and fancier. Heartbroken and broken in general, Tom falls into a deep depression and begins to drown his sorrows in milk, treated much like alcohol here. Jerry begs for him to stop, but Tom lets himself go down the gutter, literally.
No.
Jerry resuscitates him, but as soon as he wakes up, he sees his former girlfriend and Butch driving by in a car that says, "Just married." And so we're left back where we started, with Tom sitting on the railroad tracks.
Damn.
Jerry thinks to
The
himself
damage
about
one
how his
woman
own
can do
girlfriend
to a
would never
guy.
do such a thing, as she's always been faithful. Well, just then, his girlfriend drives by with another mouse in a car that also says just married. Jerry goes down to the tracks and joins Tom, waiting for death. The episode ends as we hear a train
Wait,
whistle
I
getting
totally didn't
louder and
remember
louder.
that.
What a dark and disturbing subject for an episode. Suicide and depression is not something you'd think to ever associate
Oh my
with Tom and Jerry.
gosh.
But yet here it is, a full episode dedicated to it.
No, Tom and Jerry was like totally like the opposite of something like that.
Wormy from SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh God, does this one always freak me out?
Oh wait, I remember Wormy.
Just in a few seconds.
No, you know which one was
Easy,
freaky?
just throw in a
The
little bit of reality and golden. In the season 2
gorilla
episode,
one.
Wormy,
The gorilla one
SpongeBob
was
and
also
Patrick
really
take care of
freaky.
Sandy's pets while she's out of town. The two then meet the titular Wormy, who they find to be the most
No,
precious
I
goddamn
remember
thing on
this
Earth.
one now.
After having an amazing day with Wormy, the two leave for the day, and overnight, Wormy goes through metamorphosis, revealing that he's no worm at all. He's a caterpillar. The two return the next day and find this
Nah,
disgusting,
I'd have to
horrifying
say-
creature
I'd
sitting
have to
over
say the-
Wormy's corpse, which
Wait,
is
is
really
this-
just his empty cocoon. The butterfly
not the one
escapes
I'm
the
thinking
jar
of?
and lands on SpongeBob's glass helmets, where we get a nice close-up.
Oh no, this isn't the one I'm thinking about. No, never
And
mind.
then
I don't know this episode.
And then again. It turns out the footage for the close-up of the butterfly wasn't a butterfly at all, but rather a horsefly taken from an episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy, where he discusses how insect compound eyes work. Just something about close-up bugs really freaked me out, and the fact that it happens over and over again in this episode is just terrifying.
No, the gorilla episode is way freakier than that.
The Shapeshifter / Ancient Sins, Gravity Falls.
Oh, here's Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls is a show that is riddled with dark and disturbing themes and imagery that flies right in the face
I
of the
have
pure
heard that Gravity
family-friendly
Falls is
image
also
that
like
Disney
really,
projects.
really dark in a few
I mean,
episodes.
in the finale, Bill Cipher straight up states that he's going to turn the children into corpses.
Not so fast. You two wait here. I've got some children I need to make into corpses.
I do kind of want to watch Gravity Falls because I've heard like a lot of interesting things about it.
Hands on you kids, I'm gonna disassemble your molecules. You've tricked me for the last time.
I have heard about this Bill Cipher character before too.
Yikes. While there were many disturbing moments throughout the series, two in particular take the cake. The first comes to us from the second episode of the second season, titled Into the Bunker. In this episode, Dipper's mysterious journal leads the group to a hidden underground bunker, where they encounter a horrifying creature, the Shapeshifter. As evidenced by its name, this is a creature that can take the form of whatever it wants. This creature was foreshadowed in Season 1, in the form of a warning in Dipper's journal. Well, that warning was not meant to be taken lightly, as this is an extremely dangerous and vicious foe.
It's an
Also,
SCP.
It's voiced by Mark Hamill, the king of animated villain voices, so you just know it's gonna screw with you.
Should I be one or the other? How about both?
That's freaky.
This form might even be more disgusting than its true form, a pale, slimy insect with deformed limbs.
You will never find the author. If you keep digging, you'll meet a fate worse than you can imagine. And this will be the last form you ever take.
How is this allowed to air?
Good luck sleeping tonight.
Our second moment comes from the episode Northwest Mansion Mystery, in which Pacifica Northwest enlists Dipper's help to get rid of a ghost that intends on wrecking the party they're hosting. Sounds like a simple little plot on paper, until the ghost actually shows up. First, blood begins oozing from all the severed animal heads on the wall. Yes, actual blood in a Disney show.
What the heck?
The animal heads then begin chanting ancient sins over and over as the ghost crawls out of the fire. And to make matters worse, The only advice Dipper's journal has is
nothing.
pray for mercy.
Pray for mercy. Freaky.
Knuckles' hallucination.
Wasn't there something about a
the
spider
cat,
though?
Flapjack's nightmare, and the end of the world. The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack.
Oh, I know
Marvelous
this cartoon.
Misadventures of Flapjack is a show that takes pleasure
Another
in
show
making
I
its
wasn't allowed
audience
to watch.
uncomfortable and grossed out. From its constant use of hyper-realistic close-ups and the unsettling dark humor, it seems like the show was just made for this list. First
I don't know.
comes the
SpongeBob
episode
isn't any
Knuckles
different.
and
It
His
also had
Hilarious
those like
Problem,
close-up things.
where Knuckles is revealed to be a candy-holic, which makes him act drunk. At his lowest point, he goes through a hallucination that's more than just a little fucked up. Knuckles is tied to a raft in the ocean, as Peppermint Larry and Dr. Barber eerily inform him the only solution to his problem
is
candy
more
surgery.
candy. Candy surgery?
Okay, Captain. You're safe now. Here with us, we are Candied Island. So are you. We're all whirling in a candy cosmos.
What the heck?
Sticks his peppermint arms down his throat and vomits candy into Knuckles' mouth. Next, we'll be looking at the cat from the episode Who Let the Cats Out of the Old Bag's House. Flapjack comes across a seemingly normal cat who he begins to play with. Then we see what this cat looks like.
What
up
the
close and
heck?
personal.
That cat is like a
think I know
corpse.
what you want. String! Oh.
Yeah, that's not a nice image.
No.
Its soulless eye sockets
What the
and
heck is
barracuda-like
that?
teeth are never acknowledged. They're just there.
I swear,
Next
how are
is
some of these episodes
Flapjack's
allowed to
nightmare
air?
From the episode Tee-Hee Tummy Tums. In this scene, Flapjack has a nightmare about meeting someone called the Comb Stranger, who gives combs in exchange for candy.
Yes, really. That way.
What the heck?
The exchange between the two is pleasant enough at
Where's
first.
that comb guy?
With Flapjack thrilled to be receiving a free comb, the mood quickly changes once the Comb Stranger states it's for getting bugs out of his hair.
Oh, this is too much.
You'll need it to get the bugs out of your hair.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was a... What? Whoa.
Thankfully, the real Comb Stranger in the episode is nothing like that. But you just don't forget something like that. Lastly, we'll be looking at the end of the world from the episode How the West Was Fun. In this
How the
episode,
West Was
Flapjack
Fun?
and Knuckles head west for the first time, believing that the mythical Candied Island lies in that direction. After suffering through many hardships, the two become so dehydrated that they must drink seawater,
Drink the
creating a
water.
nightmare-like hallucination world where they see Candied Island, but it melts into a burning hellscape.
The show helped make like every other cartoon on the network.
The whole world
What?
becomes
By the
as
way,
red
what?
and black as a
I'm
virtual
confused.
boy, while the two desperately try to get away from the now growing hole that Candied Island melted into. They find themselves in the bathtub of a sea monster who splashes them into a whirlpool.
Well,
Man the cells, boy.
If you know what's good for you.
what the heck is with the feet? Come on.
There sure are a lot of terrifying hallucinations and dreams in the show, aren't there?
Yeah. That's an understatement. 3.
Return the slab.
Oh.
You're not perfect.
Yeah. Courage the
Fred.
Cowardly Dog.
Courage
Cowardly
the
Dog.
Cowardly Dog.
I know
jump
the
straight into
Return the
this one.
Slab.
You all knew that Courage the Cowardly Dog would appear in some way, shape, and or form on this list.
Yeah.
It seems its entire reason for existing was simply to scar children. and it did such a good job at that, you can probably think of at least 10 moments that left you sleep deprived at school the next day. The first is the infamous quote, "Return the slab" from King Ramses' curse. In this episode, Courage finds an ancient Egyptian slab from their farmhouse that's worth $1 million. Eustace refuses to return it to the tomb it came from, though, and the family must face the wrath of the curse it brings.
Return the slab, or suffer my curse. This night.
Oh, you got ads? Here, I'll pause it. I'll pause it. Let me know if you get ads so I can pause it. What's after this? There's nothing after this. Let me know when your ads are over. But yeah, like I never watched Courage the Cowardly Dog before. But I do know this one because it shows up a lot in like those top 10 scariest kids show things. So I know this one. Oops.
Plagues, each worse than the last. Return the slab.
Unlike the rest of the show, which is done in 2D animation, the Ghost of Ramses is a rather stilted full 3D model, giving it an otherworldly and frightening appearance. Given that the episode aired in 2000, the TV CGI
the
wasn't
year I was
what we
born.
know now, so the models were slightly more clunky and uncanny. If anything, that just adds to the disturbing nature. There's just something about old 3D models that's terrifying.
Oh
And
yeah,
speaking
definitely.
of old 3D models, our next entry comes from the series finale, Perfect. This episode has an evil school teacher named the Perfectionist to come and try and make Courage perfect. Only Courage can see her, implying that she's part of his imagination. Courage undergoes a good amount of stress trying to be perfect, and soon finds that he can't sleep without nightmares of imperfection. Specifically, this one.
Go to sleep, Courage. Ugh.
You're not perfect.
Oh my god. That is so terrifying.
Understandably,
terrifying.
this scares the shit out of Courage, and he decides that maybe sleep isn't the best idea right now. This thing just comes out of nowhere with its clashing animation style, abstract design,
No,
baggy
that was
eyes, and soft
that was
whispering
freaky.
voice.
Way creepier
There's
than
a sense
the
of
slab
sadness to it,
guy.
like this creature knows something that Courage doesn't. Maybe he's not perfect either. Who knows? Luckily, we don't have to dwell on that because we have yet another fucked up moment to attend to. The last moment comes from the episode Freaky Fred. In this episode, we meet Eustace and Muriel's nephew, Fred, a barber with a big, toothy smile. Fred likes to speak in rhyme and shave people against their will. In fact, he's absolutely obsessed with it. When he pins down Courage and shaves him, a disturbing children's lullaby plays, giving the whole scene a serial killer-esque vibe.
Yikes.
In fact, Fred's
What the
entire
heck?
character seems like a child-friendly way to showcase the dangers of a murderer or rapist. Someone who can't control their compulsive behavior and give in,
I mean, just
despite who it
some
hurts around
freaky
them.
weirdo.
He seems to feel no regret afterward, which
Oh,
gives
this is
off
like
a
some
sociopathic
serial
vibe.
killer
All in all,
vibe.
Courage the Cowardly Dog made its name on disturbing moments. It's only right that we honor the ones that fucked with us the most.
Oh, we got sent to the insane asylum. Yeah, good. He's a psycho. What's next?
The Vampire, the Swimming Pool Zombie, and the Ghastly Grinner. Are you afraid of the dark?
There was a
Just like
show
Goosebumps,
called Are
it
You
should
Afraid
come
of the
as no
Dark for
surprise that
Children?
There is some seriously fucked up stuff in the show Are You Afraid of the Dark? They're not just dark. They
This
are
had to be like
advanced
this had to
darkness.
be playing like
The
at
first
night.
topic is the
There's no
vampire
way
from
this
the
would air
episode
during the day.
The Tale of the Night Shift. In this episode, various members of a hospital staff are picked off one by a vampire who has taken up residence in the basement. The main protagonist, Amanda, discovers that in order to turn the staff back to normal, she must destroy the vampire's coffin. It turns out one of the new volunteers, Margaret, is the vampire. She reveals her true
Never
form,
trust the new
turning from a
girl.
young redhead into a green-skinned, demonic man with sharp yellow teeth, blood-red eyes, and thinning white hair.
No. The old-fashioned way is best.
Luckily, they defeat him by burning his coffin, causing him to spontaneously combust and flail around desperately before throwing himself off the roof of the hospital to end his suffering.
That's how killing them works?
Next is the infamous swimming pool zombie from the Tale of the Dead Man's Float. The episode begins with a young boy being dragged underwater and drowned by an unseen force in his school's swimming pool. It turns out that the pool is built on top of...
It's just like Jaws, except with less sharks and less blood.
They forgot one of the bodies when transferring the graves, and now he's out for blood.
It's...
Ah! Ew.
The appearance of the pool zombie is disgusting. With its exposed red flesh and partially decomposed body sitting in the water, the thought of being grabbed and
use a
pulled
blow
underwater
dryer
by such a creature
and
is
dry
a
it up.
horrifying thought.
Perfect.
Struggling and kicking as you desperately hold your breath, but no matter what you do, you can't seem to break free, and things begin to get dim. The last thing you would see is that skeletal face pulling you down.
That is
The
pretty
last
creepy.
noteworthy moment is the ghastly grinner, from the aptly named The Tale of the Ghastly Grinner. The Grinner was created as a comic book character initially, but was able to come to life through strange methods involving microwaving the comic.
Huh?
It's not really clear how it works. The
That's
Grinner is
weird.
a psychotic killer clown who imprisoned his creator, who is in the process of writing an issue where he dies. Now, in the real
So it's
world,
like the
his goal
Joker?
is to victimize and torture as many people as possible,
Mm.
just for fun.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That is scary.
He feeds off their emotion and causes them to go insane, leaving them a brainless, laughing, drooling mess. The character is very much like the Joker from Batman,
see?
but in a more
Joker.
supernatural way. While the Joker
Oh, I thought he was just gonna
manages to
turn
be
around
both
and snap
funny
his
and
neck for a
scary,
second. I'm like,
the Grinner is
whoa,
just simply
there's
scary.
murder in a kid
But
show.
man, he is good at that.
I'll leave you with a
Damn.
Thankfully,
Really,
at the
really
end
not
of the
helping people with
episode,
the clown
is sealed
fear.
away in the comic world and got his face erased, so we won't be seeing any more of that nightmarish smile.
Plot twist, it's the old man.
Ren contemplates murder, Ren describes murdering Stimpy, and Ren is happy. From Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, I've
Holy
heard of this
shit.
show.
And this is it. The top dog of disturbing, the peak of dark moments, the absolute king of fucked up shit in a kid's show. Ren from Ren and Stimpy. Just Ren. He's the moment. Ren is pretty sadistic, abusive, vain, and mentally unstable, often going through violent outbursts that involve trying to murder Stimpy and others. In the episode Stimpy's Fan Club, the two of them receive piles and piles of fan mail, all for Stimpy. Ren becomes increasingly jealous, eventually
Wow.
losing his mind. He regards his hands as dirty due to replying to hundreds and hundreds of Stimpy's fan mail, essentially lying to children in his opinion. He states how easy it would be to end this farce with his dirty hands as he hovers over a
This is
sleeping Stimpy.
creepy.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions. Just one quick twist, and it's over.
Slowly inching towards him.
Oh my
Before
god.
his brain begins to sting, causing him to scream as the fires of hell rise up and consume him. Luckily, Stimpy never learned of Ren's attempted murder. Well, for that instance.
Oh my
In the episode
god.
Svien Hoek, Ren's cousin Svien messes with all of his stuff, causing him to lash out at Svien and Stimpy, threatening them with all the ways he's gonna torture them.
Oh, what I'm gonna do to you.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
totally
tear your
deserves to be
lips
number
out.
1.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna gouge your eyes out.
What?
And what really makes this scene terrifying is how calm Rem is throughout the entire thing, speaking slowly with a little
Oh
bit of a
my
smile on his
God.
face. It really shows how sadistic he is.
Next, I'm gonna tear your eyes out of the sockets.
What? This is freaking me out.
He goes
Thank
to
you,
take a whiz before he acts
dude,
on
for the
it.
following.
And
Appreciate
luckily,
it.
the episode ends
Thank
after he gets
you.
electrocuted by whizzing on their favorite board game. Don't whiz on the electronic fence. All's well that ends well, I suppose. Finally, even Stimpy realizes how unhappy and disturbed Ren is, and tries to help him out. In the episode Stimpy's Invention, Stimpy creates the Happy Helmet, which is meant to control Ren's emotions and keep him happy all the time.
Hey, what's happening to me?
Oh my god.
Got to fight it. Stimpy, I'm so happy. I must go do nice things.
This guy is a
This brings
freak.
on one of the most well-known scenes of the entire series, Happy Happy Joy Joy. As Stimpy plays his favorite song for Ren, it's obvious that he's still in pain and desperately wants to take the helmet off.
They lobotomized him. True.
50 cat boxes.
I thought I was gonna eat it for a second. I'm like, nah, no way. Why not send him to an insane asylum? Oh my god.
He finds a hammer and begins to bash his own head in and be with the music while smiling. With the helmet now off, Ren grabs Stimpy by the neck, more angry than he's ever been before. Luckily, he realizes that he loves being angry and thanks Stimpy for helping him realize that. It's pretty amazing how much the show got away with, to be honest. It
Oh my
boggles my mind.
freaking
It's hard to tell
God.
where the line was drawn with the show, but there most certainly was one, as they felt the need to make an adult-oriented spin-off titled Ren and Stimpy Adult Party Cartoon. Regardless, Ren and Stimpy, in my opinion, is one fucked up show.
Yeah. When is literally about, like, is literally a cartoon explaining how they would murder, like, the two characters. One with, like, literal attempted murder. Like, what the heck is going on in that little cartoon's brain? What the heck? What time is it? It's still kind of early. Okay, is there another one that's not like an hour long? Let's see. 40 more Lost Band episodes of Kid Show. Oh, but that's 43 minutes. I kind of want to do like a series of this and post it on YouTube. I won't be able to post this one because I was drawing at the beginning, but yikes. 10 episodes of kids shows that dealt with serious issues. Why not? Okay, we're gonna react to this. Let's do it.
This program is not for young children to watch alone. When children see and hear about frightening things, it's best for them to have an adult close by.
Yeah.
Somebody who loves them and can put their arm around them. So please get a grown-up that you love to watch this program with you, because we're going to talk about some sad and scary things.
Well, at least they put a PSA on
Today,
it.
on a very special episode of Blame It on George, we'll be continuing our look into children's shows that diverted from their usual formula.
Have a good
in order to
night,
give
Max.
their young
Thank you
viewers
for
some
stopping
insight into
by.
some real problems. These are 10 more episodes
See you
of kid
next
shows
time.
that dealt with serious issues.
Okay, let's check it out. This guy just put on Persona music in the background.
Virgil deals with Richie's racist father on Static Shock.
Hey, Dad. This is my friend Virgil. Remember I told you about him?
Not nearly enough.
Static Shock was an animated series set in the DC animated universe that ran on WB Kids. The main character, Virgil, dealt with many supervillains, thieves, and other standard superhero fare. However, one episode had him deal with a more realistic problem. In the episode Sons of the Fathers, Virgil wonders why his friend, Richie, never invites him over to his house. He sort of pushes Richie into inviting him over, so he does, but only while his father isn't home. Everything goes fine until his dad gets home and begins making derogatory comments about and towards Virgil.
And now I see why Richie acts like a hood, Maggie. That kid's a bad influence. All his kind are.
Keep your voice down.
What?
If I gotta deal with them all day long. Now one of them's in my house.
He tries to ignore it at first, but it becomes
racism
too much,
in a
and he goes
children's
home,
cartoon,
leading
my
to Richie
goodness.
lashing out at his father and running away. Virgil, his father, and Richie's father all work together reluctantly to find Richie, learning about each other more through the journey. At the end, Richie's father changes his racist way of thinking and decides to listen to his son more.
Well, that's good, but oh
When
my
your son
god.
heard Hawkins, I wasn't talking about him.
No, you were talking about his kind, that's all.
Oh,
The title of this episode is a reference to the phrase sins of the fathers, which is a biblical concept where sins or inequalities are passed from one generation to the other. It's, of course, ridiculous to judge a son for his father, but despite that, Richie feels guilty for being the son of someone so racist. This episode handled the situation in
I mean, don't get me wrong, I would also be very sad if I was related to somebody like that.
a very real and believable way, despite being set in a superhero story.
Boris is addicted to drugs in
Oh my gosh,
Captain Planet.
it's the drugs thing.
Nothing can bring you down now.
Captain Planet was a cartoon that ran from 1990 to 1992 and mostly focused on teaching
Yeah, I
children
know.
about the dangers of pollution and how they can help to save the environment.
Wait, wasn't there like a Rick and Morty episode that was like a parody of this? Oh. Okay. I thought it was original idea from Rick and Morty, but now I can see that it's a parody of this. Okay, I see.
While many of the episodes were rather in your face with their delivery of the message was nevertheless a good and important one, as our environment needs our help now more than ever. The first episode of the second season, Mind Pollution, shifted the focus away from the environment and instead focused on another issue.
It was
In
only
this
just the
episode,
second
Linka
episode?
is visiting Washington to see her uncle Dmitri and cousin Boris. It soon becomes very evident that Boris is addicted to drugs, specifically a drug called Bliss, that causes one's eyes to turn red, laugh maniacally, and feel no pain. This drug is being dealt by the villainous Verminous Scum, a recurring villain who was originally voiced by Jeff Goldblum. Eventually, Boris actually drugs Linka with Bliss. In an
I
attempt
can't
to
believe
steal
that's
her
still a
ring so
thing.
can
He like
exchange it for
purposely
more
drugs
Bliss.
her. That's horrible.
Linka becomes addicted, and all the addicts turn into zombies of some sort. The other Planeteers arrive to help stop Scum, and here are where things get pretty dark.
Yikes.
Boris throws himself through a window to allow the other addicts inside, where the Planeteers are barricading themselves, causing his arms to bleed out
Blood
quite
in a
heavily.
children's
He
cartoon?
actually then overdoses and dies on screen.
Oh my gosh.
Bliss killed him. I'm sorry.
No, you are lying.
This is
It's me, Linka. Wake up.
I still can't believe it. I know I only figured out about this today, but I still can't believe like how
Captain Planet
like,
shows up, beats the hell out of Scum, and the day is saved. As the episode ends, we are treated to an anti-drug PSA and are left alone with our thoughts, knowing we just saw a child overdose and die on Captain Planet.
I mean, yeah, look at that, they're
Although the episode
cheering,
uses
and
a
well,
fake
like
drug
the
and a
guys
supervillain that
like on the
turns them into
floor.
zombies, it still
That's
feels very
insane.
real and comparable to real-life drugs and addiction. This was a particularly dark episode in an innocent series about environmentalism and pollution, with its episode name even alluding to its departure from the usual formula, mind pollution.
Yikes.
Stephanie learns about child abuse on Full House. The
Again
episode
with Full
Silence
House?
is Not Golden aired on February 16th, 1993. In this episode, Stephanie is paired up with an annoying classmate named Charles for a writing assignment, much to her dismay.
Oh dear.
After spending time together, she discovers that his father abuses him.
My dad never hits me. Does yours hit you? No, just forget it. What's the assignment? Look.
It went from a pairing up school assignment to... Huh?
Thing is, my dad does hit me sometimes. But it's my own fault for ticking him off. Boy, did he really clobber me last week. You mean when you came to school with that black guy and you said you walked into a door?
Oh my god.
Named Dad.
Oh my god.
With his mother having passed away, he feels helpless and unable to do anything about the situation. Later
Hi,
on,
Assault Black
Michelle
Feather,
becomes
how are
upset at their
you?
father and complains about it to Stephanie. She becomes angry and says that she should be happy she doesn't have a father who hits her. She ends up telling the adults about Charles's abuse, which leads them to call the police on the father.
Listen, sweetheart. I know you want to keep your promise, but if you know this is happening and you don't say anything about it, you're only helping it happen again.
But what'll happen to Charles if we report it?
What'll happen to Charles if we don't?
Charles ends up being sent to a foster home, safe now from his violent father. At first, Stephanie feels bad that she broke the promise she made to Charles to not tell anybody about the abuse. However, Jessie says that she did the right thing, and that thanks to her, Charles is safe tonight. The episode ends with John Stamos and Jodie Sweetin coming out and talking directly to the viewers, encouraging them to speak up if they suspect that someone is being abused. Full House is no stranger to approaching.
Like I have no problem with like spreading awareness about certain things, but you can make like a PSA. Don't include it in a regular kids episode. Like I that's weird. That's weird. I mean, it's not weird. I just find it sometimes quite like inappropriate isn't the word either. Like I think I'm pretty sure there's something about like on Sesame Street too where they do something like that. And because like Sesame Street is known for being for children, right? And like I have no problem of them doing like a small PSA like on the side or like a small short film of them tackling these kinds of issues because they are big issues like drugs, like abuse and racism and stuff like that. So like obviously these are important problems that need to be like addressed to spread awareness and stuff, but I just don't think that sneakily, is that how you say the word? Like installing the message into an everyday episode is right for me. But that's just my opinion. You can have your own opinion in the comments.
Serious issues, but they always present them in a context that makes them feel safe and manageable. Hopefully this episode encouraged people to start looking at situations a bit more carefully and recognizing signs of child abuse.
Yeah, but again, like I said, they could make like a PSA about it, not include it into an episode. Because if I'm gonna turn on an episode of I don't know, Adventure Time, for example, I want to do it for like the fun, trippy episode that who knows what's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna be clicking on an episode because it's about this problem. No, it's just not. It's not for me. But again, you are more than welcome to disagree. It's just my opinion.
Mr. Rogers talks about divorce.
Did you ever know any grown-ups who got married and then later they got a divorce? Well, it is something that people...
Look at... This is a show? And this is just an episode? Imagine a child casually turning on the TV to watch an episode, and the next thing, you got this guy talking about parents getting divorced. Like, what?
People can talk about, and it's something important. I know a little girl and a little boy whose mother and father got a divorce, and those children cried and cried. You know why? Well, one reason was that they thought it was all their fault. But of course it wasn't their fault.
A very serious issue that can affect a child's mental health is divorce, with various factors tying in, such as the child's understanding of the concept and the parents' handling of the situation. On February 16th.
Yeah, but see, this is another thing. Like, especially like if you're talking to a child about divorce. Like, it's yes, I am aware that when children are like in the middle of like their parents' divorce and stuff, they automatically think it's their fault. But it's a parent. I believe that it's a parent's responsibility to be like, it's not your fault at all. We just have this problem going on and things like that, because it varies about like different reasons of why situations like that happen. So I think that when it comes to stuff like that, it should definitely be something that should be discussed in a family setting, not in a TV setting. I don't even see this as being like a PSA.
1981, an untitled episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood aired that discussed divorce and helped children understand it a bit better. The episode begins with Mr. McFeely stopping by with a piece of music he found, leading him and Mr. Rogers to play the song on the piano. The song reminds McFeely of his wedding day. The conversation then turns to how some people aren't always happy together, which leads to divorce. The episode then goes on to show Prince Tuesday learning that another girl's parents are divorced. He then worries that a little argument could lead parents down the same path. Strangely, the conversation then switches to about machines, because machines don't have feelings, but people do, and that you will always be a person with feelings.
Prince Tuesday said he'd like to be a machine and not have any feelings. But when you're born, you're a person. You're not a machine. Machines just do the same things over and over and over again.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said there were times where I could just like, I wish I could shut my emotions off and just be like me. Sure. But this is a show for kids. I have these thoughts as an adult. I don't remember once as a child being like, man, I wish I could shut my emotions off. Like, oh my gosh, life is so painful. Like, damn. Now, this is thoughts you have as like adults, not children.
But when you're a person, you can grow and change and feel.
Despite the episode focusing on divorce, it doesn't spend too much time on it, only about half the episode. However, whenever it does, it handles the topic in an extremely classy and respectful way, in usual Mr. Rogers fashion. It teaches children that the feelings of a parent may change, but your feelings matter as well in the midst of all this confusion.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about
Penny
that one.
deals with gender equality in the Proud Family. An issue that has plagued society since its birth has been sexism and gender equality. Even now, though we've made great strides and advancements, it's still a prevalent problem. In 2001,
I miss the old Proud Family. Didn't Proud Family get a reboot? I heard that the reboot isn't very good. I do remember watching a little bit of the Proud Family. I didn't watch the entire thing because, again, I wasn't really allowed to watch cartoons. But I did watch like a bit of the Proud Family, and it wasn't that bad. But okay, so this was what, gender equality, was it?
Episode of Disney's The Proud Family was released that dealt with this issue head-on. Titled She's Got Game, the episode focused on Penny attempting to impress a boy, which eventually leads her to try and join the school football team. However, she is met with immediate sexism as
Hello,
the coach
Ashley
refuses
Banana.
to
How
let
are
a girl
you?
join his team and suggests she go be a cheerleader or bake a cake.
Excuse
Whoa.
me, young lady. I think you got the wrong field. The cheerleaders are over on the other side.
No, I'm here to try out for the football team.
Sure, baby doll. You tried. Now get off the field before you get hurt.
I'm not leaving. There's no rule that says that I cannot play on the boys' team. However, there are plenty of rules that say you cannot call me baby doll.
The other teammates are no better and mock Penny for trying to get on the team. After a court order is set up by her friend Zoe's mother, Penny is allowed onto the team, but the coach still refuses to let her in the game.
Hey, you biscuit head coach! Put my grandbaby in the game!
At the game, Sugar Mama shouts through a microphone to let Penny play, which the audience joins in on. Eventually, she is put in the game, but injures herself after scoring a touchdown. Penny laments that she was unable to win the game, but her mother reassures her that she won so much more. Though it's a small step, the issues tackled in this episode are an important step. Despite being a simple sport that anyone can play, football has become male-dominated and is often unwelcoming to women seeking to play the sport. Of course, one could replace football with almost anything in this episode, and the
yeah, like there's rugby. Like I had to play rugby in high school, and there's like I'm not a big sports watcher, so I'm not sure if there's women's football, but I do know there's women's rugby. So come on. But yeah, I get it that it used to be this big thing where like, oh, women can't be in like these big tough sports like football or stuff like that. So it was a really big thing. But now it's normalized because, like, you know, there's like women's basketball, there's men's basketball, there's this, there's that, you know. So there is definitely a lot more like improvement when it comes to gender equality in the 21st century. But it's still well, I do have to give credit to this Proud Family episode is that they aren't forcing the message being like, by the way, this episode is going to be about gender equality. The message is there, but it's barely noticeable. It's like, oh, it's this girl that wants to join the boys football team, and like I could probably watch this episode and think nothing of it and just think it's another regular episode. This is how you should write episodes if you want to put messaging into it. Not like the other ones that have that like clearly put that have like obviously highlighted those things, like the racism one, like the drug one, and that stuff like that is clearly very, very concentrated on what the thing is. But this one slides in like so naturally. That's why I like the Proud Family. It had a lot of good episodes. I didn't watch the entire thing, of course, but it had a really good writing. I haven't watched the reboot though. I honestly don't really plan to.
Message would remain the same. Gender inequality runs rampant throughout society, even today. But this episode shows that you can make a difference no matter how small.
Yeah, all you have to do is take the coach to court and then you get it.
Features a new Muppet with autism. Sesame Street has been educating children in a fun and engaging way for almost 50 years now, and they're still breaking new ground as of this year. Released on April 10th, 2017, this episode focused on Big Bird meeting a new Muppet named Julia.
Hi, Julia. I'm Big Bird. Nice to meet you. Oh, Julia?
Elmo and Abby introduce him to her, but she doesn't respond when he greets her. In fact, Julia doesn't seem to respond at all when Big Bird says anything to her, which causes him to worry that she doesn't like him. Alan reassures Big Bird that that's not the case. Julia has autism and acts and responds differently than others. After understanding her a bit better, they all begin to play, until a siren goes off. This upsets Julia, which Big Bird doesn't realize. He continues playing and tags her, which causes her to become even more upset. Alan takes her away to have a calming break, but Big Bird feels bad about upsetting her. Elmo and Abby reassure him that it wasn't his fault, and that she'll be okay. Big Bird tells the others that he's never met anyone like Julia before, but that he has tons of friends, all kinds of friends, and would like to be friends with her as well. And when she returns, they all continue to play together. After Sesame Street moved to HBO, new episodes usually aired on PBS about 9 months after they aired on HBO. However, despite that being the current deal, this episode aired on HBO.
I don't know how. Okay, this is my another honest opinion of mine. I don't know how I feel about when they represent people with special needs onto shows, because I feel like it may be unintentional, so I don't want to hold anyone to oh, you're horrible because you did this. But like I don't know, sometimes it just makes me think, like with autism for example, like not all autism is the same, you know. They just hold like the main stereotypes of like, oh, people with autism, like they react strongly to like loud noises. They I don't remember all my lessons, but obviously like the main stereotypes of it. So like, I don't know, take epilepsy, I guess. When people think epilepsy, they think like, oh, seizures, oh, flashing lights, oh, this and that. No, it's so much more than that. Like my epilepsy, for example, with the seizures I've had throughout the years, it's affected my left frontal lobe, which doesn't let me do certain things. I don't know if you want to look it up or not. I don't really care. But yeah, like you said, it's a spectrum. It's not just like autism is this, so we're gonna show it on this show. No, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of different things. So when it comes to this, I really don't know. I mean, I have no problem with like a character with autism being in the show. No, I feel that's really good because, you know, inclusivity is great. You get chances of people with special needs to also be in the spotlight as well. But when you're making it like the main point of the episode, I don't really know.
And PBS at around the same time, likely due to the importance of teaching this information to children now instead of holding it off.
Steven Universe touches on abusive relationships. Hailed as one of the most progressive cartoons of all time, Steven Universe has been touching on sensitive and important issues since its creation. From deconstructing gender roles to showcasing
the disturbing episodes that we watched earlier
and characters, the show has gained a large following not only for its wonderful storytelling and characters, but by how the issues are woven into the narrative instead of having a very special episode dedicated to them. One of these issues that was discussed was abusive relationships, which had been building up
Please
for
tell me they
about
made
a
it
season
subtle.
and a half. In the episode Alone at Sea, Stephen and his father Greg take the gem lapis lazuli with them on a boating trip in an
I
attempt
love
to make her
lapis
feel included
lazulis.
and accepted on Earth. Prior to this, Lapis had sacrificed herself by fusing with the villainous gem Jasper and holding her prisoner at the bottom of the ocean. Lapis has a tough time letting herself relax and admits that she can't stop thinking about everything that happened with Jasper. Stephen reassures Lapis that she doesn't have to deal with Jasper anymore, but to his surprise, she actually says she misses her.
I'm really trying to enjoy it out here, but I can't stop thinking about being fused as Malachite. How I used all my strength to hold her down in the ocean, how I was always battling against Jasper to keep her bound to me.
But it's not like that anymore. You don't have to be with Jasper.
That's not it. I miss her.
What?
Jasper then attacks the boat and pleads with Lapis to fuse again. She felt stronger and more powerful when it was the two of them. Jasper begs, saying that Lapis changed her and it would be different this time.
It'll be better this time. I've changed. You've changed me. I'm the only one who can handle your kind of power. Together, we'll be unstoppable.
Ah, yes. I see it now.
However, Lapis rejects her, saying she never wants to feel what she felt when they were together again.
You see, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. There's more subtle messaging, like in the Proud Family episode. I mean, like as an adult, I can see what they're talking about like that kind of topic. But like as a child, I wouldn't like notice what's going on.
And after defeating Jasper, the three of them go home, with Lapis having some closure over the past. In Steven Universe, gems fuse to create a powerful entity made up of two of them, or sometimes with even more gems. While it serves a purpose in battle, fusion is often depicted as symbolism for deep friendship, love, and even sexual intimacy. This was one of the first depictions of showing a gem fuse against their will, thus creating the commentary on abusive relationships. While Lapis is able to move away from this situation for the most part, Jasper is deeply affected by it and begins inflicting this same sort of unwanted fusion on other gems.
Oh no.
Sharon is pressured with underage drinking and Braceface. An often forgotten early 2000s cartoon was Braceface, a Canadian show that focused
I
on a
remember
girl with
Braceface.
braces, struggling to get through her teen years. It was produced by American actress Alicia Silverstone, who also voiced the main character for the first 2 seasons. The season 1 episode, Miami Vices, gives us a situation that doesn't have much to do with braces, but is still a prevalent issue many teens experience: underage drinking and peer pressure. In this episode, our titular Braceface Sharon gets invited by her dad to come visit him in Miami. We quickly see that her father has way less rules than her mother, and is much more lenient and cool. She goes to see her father's band practice and learns.
Wait,
that
so
they all
you're
drink
saying
pretty
that
casually.
the dad does
A friend
it?
of the band invites Sharon to a party, which she and Maria later
Oh,
attend at
it's
night.
another guy.
They get
Okay.
offered a rum and coke.
I was about to
which
say,
Maria turns
like,
down,
the
but Sharon
dad?
decides to drink. And throughout the night, Sharon has around 5 drinks, and it really shows. She acts like a total idiot. Some weird stuff happens with her braces where they connect to the speakers, and her father hears their entire conversation, learning that she got drunk. At the hotel, Sharon vomits, and her father gives her a good talking, saying
Oh,
how
that's
dangerous
good.
and stupid it is for someone her age to drink. It puts her in a situation where she could be taken advantage of or get herself hurt. Braceface aired on the Disney Channel in America, so it's very interesting to see a show discuss and show an underage character drinking alcohol in a Disney show. Nevertheless, they do a fine job showing the bad sides of drinking, such as poor behavior, hangovers, and vomiting. While the drinking PSA does come a bit out of nowhere towards the end of the episode, it's still a fine way to introduce kids to it and showcase the dangers that come alongside with it.
But I watched this show when I was...
TJ meets a pedophile on Smart Guy. In
What?
the 80s and 90s, family sitcoms were all over the place. Some could say that there was an oversaturation of the genre, but despite that, people managed to fall in love with these
I'm getting
shows.
kind of disturbed.
One of these shows was Smart Guy, which aired in the late 90s on the WB. The show followed the exploits of a child genius named TJ Henderson.
I'm getting
With this
mildly
being the late
disturbed
90s,
right now.
the internet had just started to gain popularity, and people didn't fully understand what came along with it like we do now. The episode Strangers on the Net focuses on TJ meeting a friend in an online chat room who turns out to actually be a pedophile. TJ begins pirating games online with the friend he met on the chat room, and soon enough the friend tells him that he has a great new game but can only give it to TJ in person. He goes over to the guy's house only to find out that he is a middle-aged man. At first, TJ is weirded out, but the man assures him that he is cool and invites him inside for milk and cookies. Turns out the man is a game developer and wants TJ to be in his new game, which sounds awesome to him. The game is a surfing game, and in order to get the animations, the man needs TJ to pose in front of a green screen. However, since this is a surfing game, the man asks TJ to take off his shirt.
The only thing that's weird is, see, you're surfing in your sweaters and jeans. It sort of ruins the reality of this. You really ought to be in swimsuits.
That may be winter wear in Hawaii, but not DC, which stands for darn cold.
I don't like
Underwear,
this.
right? I mean, boxers are just like jams. That might work.
I don't like this.
Naturally, he is weirded
I
out
really
by
don't
this,
like
but the
this.
man
Where is
claims
this
that it's
child's
totally
parents?
fine, and he has a photo album of kids doing the same thing.
This is Melissa. She's your age, and the first time she came here, she was nervous too. But she got comfortable and started getting into it, and before you knew it, she was surfing with her shirt off.
I thought you said that we were the first to try this game.
Oh, you are? For this version. I've had to redo it several times, you know, to get the bugs out. I haven't let
I
anybody
am very
try this
uncomfortable with this.
Come on, who wants to catch a wave? You don't have to take off your pants. Just take off your shirt.
TJ finally gets what's going on here, runs home to tell his parents, and the man is arrested. While it has good intentions, this is an extremely simplified version of this situation and could falsely give off the idea that child predators are extremely obvious and easy to avoid. This is, of course, not the
I'm
case,
very
and the
uncomfortable with
children
this
who would
one.
watch a show like this
I really don't
shouldn't
like
be led
this.
to assume that.
How disturbing can the
Mr.
first one
Rogers
be?
talks about violence and shootings.
What?
There are people
To
in the world
children?
who are so sick or so angry that they sometimes hurt other people. And they're usually the ones who end up in the news.
Another rare episode of Mr. Rogers'
I don't know how to feel about that either.
Most people likely have never seen. In this case, discussing violence and shootings. The episode was created in response to another assassination, John Lennon's in 1981, and also spoke more directly to adults. The episode even began with a short message stating, "This program is not for young children to watch alone." In fact, this episode hasn't been seen in 35 years, until the Fred Rogers Company posted it in 2015, on the anniversary of John Lennon's death. In the episode, he urges children to express their feelings of hurt and anger, and not to bottle them up. He tells them that even he gets angry sometimes, saying, "Especially when I hear about people hurting other people." This episode also includes one of the most famous quotes by Mr. Rogers about looking out for helpers.
When I was a boy and I would hear about something scary, somebody getting badly hurt.
What the heck is this show? What is the name of the show so I can avoid it at all costs?
About it. And they would usually tell me how they felt about it. In fact, my mother would try to find out who was helping the person who got hurt. Always look for the people who are helping, she'd tell us. You'll always find somebody who's trying to help. So even today, when I read the newspaper and see the news on television, I look for the people who are trying to help. One of the most important parts of growing up is learning to talk and play about our feelings. Some people wonder if Mr. Rogers ever gets angry. Of course I do, especially when I hear about people hurting other people.
In the world we live in today, we don't have Mr. Rogers to guide our youth, to remind adults of his teachings. However, while he may be gone, his words are never forgotten. His talks on serious issues and method of never talking down has created a lasting impact on thousands of people. The world is a better place.
I mean, I hope, I really hope it's
we're lucky
good.
to have him as our neighbor.
I don't know, why do I find this guy so disturbing?
You know, it happens so often. I walk down the street and someone 20 or 30 or 40 years old will come up to me and say, "You are Mr. Rogers, aren't you?" And then they tell me about growing up with the neighborhood and how they're passing on to the children
I guess this show's called The Neighborhood?
what they found to be important in our television work. Like expressing their feelings through music and art and dance and sports and drama and computers and writing, and invariably we end our little time together with a hug. I'm just so proud of all of you who have grown up with us, and I know how tough it is some days to look with hope and confidence on the months and years ahead. But I would like to tell you what I often told you when you were much younger. I like you just the way you are. It's such a good feeling to know that we're lifelong friends.
I don't know how to feel about that. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna end it here for today because it's getting late and unfortunately it's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. I have to go back to work tomorrow. But you know what? This week is gonna be easy. Well, I hope. I really hope so. I want it to. Please let this be an easy week, and I hope it flies by. Wait, no. I have closing this week. Damn it. Shoot. I forgot. Well, since there is closing, I should let you know already. There most likely won't be any streams Monday to Friday, especially on Thursday because that's my dad's birthday. But I have closing, and that ends at like 5:30. So, and obviously with this job is very tiring. So yeah, I most likely won't be streaming Monday to Friday. But if I do happen to sneak a stream in like in the middle of the week, I don't know, but don't expect it. But if you do want notifications, because I know Twitch doesn't always send notifications, you can join my Discord. Oh, wait, I should put my music on. There you go. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, if you want notifications every time instead of just like hoping Twitch actually does its job, yeah, you can join my Discord. We hang out in there once in a while, and yeah, have a good time. Thank you very much for coming, everybody. I know that we started with art, but I don't know. I'm just such a sucky artist. Like I simply do not know how to draw. I can't even draw a proper face. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna do more reaction streams because I do want to upload them onto YouTube too. I don't know what kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna do like a specific content wise, but I don't know. I don't have any games anymore because like fighting games I've quit. Master Duel, I haven't quit it, but I get bored like super easy. I just like hanging out and watching videos, so maybe that'll be a lot more fun if we just do more reaction stuff. So maybe that'll be the plan. But until then, thank you very much for coming, everybody. I hope you have a good morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in this big world. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye, my lovelies. Bye.